Okay, there we are. All right, we're jumping on live
Hello, hello.
officially, and we have a new YouTube channel by the name of Bear Jew joining us. Welcome, Bear.
Howdy, howdy.
What's on your mind? Get it off your chest. Just let it flow, buddy.
Oh, I just got to tell you, everything you say has come to fruition.
How
I'm
so,
just
Bear?
laying low lately.
Yeah, what's going on?
You
I
know
noticed you
what I'm
haven't been
talking
live in a while.
about. I did
Yeah, what?
speak to someone the other day, and I'm going to talk to them more. If you're interested in having a special guest on, I'll probably talk to you after the show. I really like talking to you on my show.
Who's that?
We may be able to make that happen, Miss.
Oh, I
Miss
know what
Galen
you. I know who you.
Rose.
I know who you're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah,
had
I like
mentioned how
Galen.
they loved the charisma we all had.
Yeah, that was
I just
fun.
hadn't gotten to reach out to you about it. Yeah, it's one of the most fun shows I've been involved with.
We have a deranged cat joining us. Let's see what this is all about.
A deranged cat.
Oh God damn it! Dan is
Oh,
here.
there he is.
It's not Dan. It's a Bear.
It's the
Okay,
bear
we're not
Jew,
talking.
bro.
We're not
Come
talking
on.
about religion, dude. We're not going to do that again.
I hope not. I thought you had the
What,
coolest
dude?
cat avatar,
No,
so I had to come up
we're
with
going
a
to talk
cool
about it
avatar
for a
myself.
second here because you're bringing up a lot of religion in your name and profile pic here to
Have
be
you
like
never seen? Have you never seen
the
Inglorious
authoritarian
Bastards?
atheist that you are. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
You ever seen Inglorious Bastards? It's a pun.
Yes, I have. It's great.
It's
great.
multiple puns.
It's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, the
Great
bear
movie.
Jew. Come on.
I know, but I'm
It's a
saying
name
you're invoking a lot
for
of
a
things
very
that
hairy, large
you're
gay
invoking
man.
a lot of things that you're
It's-
antithetical to. You hate the idea of God and then the idea of being
Well, I'm a
Jewish.
Jew.
No, but you hate the idea of being Jewish.
And I want to crack Nazi heads.
Well, hey,
Don't we all?
yeah.
That's what I'm
on
The
saying.
board.
American
See,
way.
now
I'm
you
board with
get
that,
it. You
man.
get it. That's
It's the
the bear
American
Jew
way.
I was going with. I'm ethnically Jewish. I like cracking Nazi skulls.
Dan, didn't you say like you were like
Yeah.
1% Jewish?
No, I never said I was 1% Jewish.
You said something
Well,
about
I'm actually,
like,
by old
DNA.
Hebrew law, I'm as 100% as it gets. My matriarchal line's all Jewish.
Have you ever done any like?
Technically, I'd be a quarter Jew, 25% on the
Okay.
23andMe, but it only matters in Hebrew law with your mom and your mom's mom
Right.
and your mom's
I'm familiar.
mom's
I'm familiar
mom.
with that. Yeah.
Why you got to talk about his mom?
Hey, I'm not talking about his
I can
mom. He
hook you
brought up
up.
his mom.
No, he's
I
talking about
can
your
hook you
mom.
up.
Oh, my mom's 100% English, and it works the same way. I'm 100% English. I'm British,
Yeah, I
man.
found out through that 23andMe thing I'm British, Irish, Ashkenazi Jew, and German. 50%.
Oh, I saw your
German.
post on Twitter. What the fuck is
That's what
23andMe?
that's the question.
That was
Dan.
from
how much
apparently
is the percentage?
23andMe's in some hot water. Do what?
What's the percentage that's the Jew part?
25%.
That's what the test result says.
Yeah.
That means he can get money from
It's
the
like
casino.
27 point. Yes.
Oh, that's better. 27's better than 25. Go with the
Yeah.
higher portion then.
I don't go with any of it because none of it matters except for my mom.
No, it does matter to you because look at your name and your profile pic, dude.
Oh, it's
Obviously,
funny.
it
Quit
obviously
being a
matters.
fuddy-duddy.
It
On a
won't-
live stream, don't be a fuddy-duddy. Come on now. Come on, man. I'm going to make
Kristen's
you
trying to
some,
join.
too.
Kristen, we can't. You need to get a better connection.
Which Kristen
I'll just say it. I love Jews, but
Thanks.
Dan is like pressing me.
I'm pressing you. I'm oppressing you.
I would say maybe 27% is not enough.
This is going to go off the rails.
Maybe I need to have a higher.
I was hoping it would.
Maybe I need a higher percentage.
That's how my whole day's been going.
It's
Runaway
funny.
train.
It's funny. Oh, that's a good song.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny too
Never
because I
coming
think
back.
people think Fiend and I hate each other. I just give him crap on Twitter and in chats.
Same.
I
Well,
love Fiend.
he doesn't take things personal though. That's what's good about Fiend. He has thick skin. Not even thick skin.
He probably would if I was somebody else.
He
I
doesn't
would assume.
misinterpret things.
Yeah. I'm always trolling him on Twitter, trying to snatch up some of his followers. I'm clout chasing Fiend, smoking
Trying to red
cat.
pill him.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Dan has more followers than Sleaze
No.
on Twitter.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think I have like 10. I don't have a big
Twitter's
presence
so
on
much fun.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. You don't have to. But I think it's interesting. Like there's very few true crime places like channels that like hit all of the social media.
You guys see what's going on with the Baldwin stuff now? I was just watching Potentially Criminal before I called in.
What, like some kind of civil matter?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. It seemed
Break
like
the news.
But he's
I
not
didn't
sure.
get into it enough, but it looked like something to do with Hannah Gutierrez Reed's thing, and then the Brady Giglia violations that went with Alex stuff, and
Wow.
that prosecutor seems like they're about to get ravished because there's
Oh, yeah.
evidence that the prosecutor was like
fucked up bad.
withholding
Fucked
the
up
crap
real bad.
on purpose.
Oh yeah, I heard that. I
No,
didn't know they were making a deal about it.
It's only bad if you get like nailed on it. And
Hey, I told you guys, I never got to.
Every prosecutor thinks they're not going to get nailed, and so they just go along with it.
Yeah.
But if you do get nailed,
Oh, but they did
you're done.
there's
You're
a paper
done.
trail though. Like you can't
Oh,
just
yeah,
whisper something.
yeah,
There's a
there-
freaking
there-
paper
look,
trail.
Well, dude, it's the same. It's the same for most prosecutors. It's not like a different situation for like most prosecutors. Like most prosecutors should look at her and be like, "Uh-oh," like like it's a problem. You can as soon as someone wants to bring the hammer down on you, it'll happen. It's very arbitrary of when it happens, but they got you when they want you.
Yeah, they all break the rules, and then
it's your
the
time.
people in power pick when they want to drop the hammer down.
You're exactly right.
Seems like that Gutierrez Reed lady has a good shot at getting ineffective assistance counsel. Effective counsel
maybe.
also. Apparently that's what Sean was talking about. I guess the lawyer she had's not bad, but he bungled a bunch of motions.
I don't know.
Supposed to be citing things and didn't cite anything.
She definitely is guilty. Like I don't know.
I agreed.
Like she fucked up. Like she got something.
So what's going on? What did you think of the decorum order?
Let's welcome in Miss Dog Lover.
Hi, Miss Dog Lover.
Hello, Miss Dog Lover.
Hello.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yep, we can hear you loud and clear.
Great. How are you doing, guys?
Doing well.
Good.
Too bad. Do we have a British Australian accent? Is that what
British?
I
Yeah, London.
Definitely
She's
British.
from Jersey.
Yeah.
Sound like a little Australian in there too.
No, I'm from London, England.
Mm-hmm. I had a girlfriend from London once, so I can tell.
Yeah, I've not really been on much recently because I've been quite unwell. But I'm on the mend now, so
Glad you're feeling better. Welcome in.
Thank you.
So what were you talking about, Dan? The decorum order? What about it?
I don't think there's that.
They finally addressed.
They
finally didn't put in you could bring your phones in because the last 2 or 3 of them you could have electronic devices off, and then they had to.
Well, I don't think that's the biggest take. So my thought on the biggest takeaway from this decorum order is the timing of it, because it's well ahead of time. The last decorum order that she did was late in the afternoon the day before.
Well, we didn't think it was going to happen. I don't think anybody thought it was going to happen.
Hey, well, what's
agreed though?
Because I think the same thing could be said now is that you don't. I don't.
Just a note to anybody that goes, pack your G-Shock. You can have an electric watch. You can't have a smart watch. can have a watch with a battery in it. You just can't have a smartwatch.
Right.
Don't get all into the. Make sure if you go to Walmart and buy a cheap watch and set it, because if you're a smartwatch person, you will not know what time it is. If it's anything like Allen County, there's no clocks anywhere for you to look at.
No, there's clocks usually in these courtrooms, except that they set the clocks to the wrong time, and
Just
then
bring a
Allen
sundial.
County, I don't even think they had one.
no. Well, yeah, I don't know about.
I don't know if
in the Karen
that
Reed
particular
trial,
one.
the clock was always set to the wrong time, and they were just like,
Are
"Oh
they
well."
running Zulu time in there?
I don't know. It's
What are you, air traffic control?
It's just silly.
Weather
It's
storm
just silly
chasing
where
you,
you
Zulu time.
Oh, yeah. Knots.
put the wrong-
7 knots.
Yes.
160 degrees. Miss
No.
Doglover, what's on your mind? Anything specific?
No, nothing specific. Just checking in, really. Yeah, just catching up with what's been going on with the case, hoping that it goes forwards and isn't delayed, really, because we just want justice, don't we, for the family?
It sounds like it's going full speed ahead, honestly.
I think so too. I
Despite
think
whatever people like me say, about the plea deal, like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but it looks like
they
it's
have
going full
until
steam
the
ahead.
verdict is read, right? To
Yeah.
plead.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Exactly.
that's the thing that I've been expecting.
Welcome
to see.
in, Jinx.
I've been expecting
Hello,
to see that.
Jinx.
I've been expecting to see that they were going to file a motion to continue, but
That has to
Judge
be
Gull.
approved, right, by Gull, right?
Well, right, yeah, it has to be approved, but she's been telegraphing like over and over again that this is going to be the date. This is going to be the date, and I think that when the decorum hearing, like, or the decorum order, like, that's a nothing. But the fact that it's issued so far ahead of time, that's again just her telegraphing. This is going forward on this date. There's no turning around. We're going for this. So I still wouldn't be surprised if we see somebody ask for it to be moved, but I wouldn't expect her to approve it.
Yeah. Anybody wondering who's on the panel? Jinx, are you there?
Yes,
How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Doing well. What's on your mind?
Well, I know that they had spoken about clocks in the courthouse, and I just wanted to.
Do they have clocks in this one?
What?
The Carroll County one, does it have a clock in there?
Oh, because have you guys been to any of the courthouses besides the
I went to Allen County.
Yeah, I know you went to
I
Allen
just
County.
saw footage on camera from the camera on those glasses. I just saw the footage and I didn't see any clocks.
Oh, poor Mama.
JKs.
I know.
Guess you shouldn't be doing spyware, huh? Anywho, so there is
User.
not the clock in Allen County. I don't think it's actually visible to most people.
Yeah.
However, there definitely is a digital clock that is in Allen County or in Carroll County. Sorry, apologies.
Okay.
In Allen County or Carroll County. Fuck. Carroll.
I was just warning
I
people
think
in case
it
you can't
might
see
be
it.
like a rule that's in place that you're supposed to have a clock, but I've seen a
man.
number of trials.
Is that a
where the
rule,
clock
or are
is
you just
not- the
suggesting
clock
it?
is not the right time.
Are you suggesting it? Because I feel like you're suggesting it and you don't actually know.
No, I'm not saying that I do actually know. I'm saying that I think that it might be a rule that you are supposed to have a clock. I've
But
seen
you're
a lot of.
saying you're
I've watched a
supposed
lot.
to.
I've watched a lot of
You
trials,
think,
and a lot of the
highly
trials do have
suggesting
clocks.
it. You don't know, so look
Yeah.
up.
So I just suggest to everyone, go get if you don't have a watch, get a cheap watch, so that way you don't have to be looking over at somebody else's watch. That's how it was in Allen County. Nobody knew what time it was. It sucked.
I know what time it is.
Fiend, you want to make new avatar things for fun? Do Grok or whatever, Grok or Grok. That thing
On
is great.
Twitter?
Yes,
X?
that thing is great.
Is it free or do you have to
definitely
get like
not
a subscription?
I have the check
definitely
mark.
do not have. I believe it's called
Oh,
Grok,
big time.
but I
It's
definitely
Grok.
do not have that, and I do not want it. and I do
Well,
not
I'll make
want
you
it,
one.
know,
I'll make Smoking
that's-
Kitty Sherlock Holmes AI photos for you.
No, that's fine. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
hook it up,
actually
dude.
need
Send me some.
anything
I
from
will. I will.
Could I just
Elon.
pipe
Yeah,
up and
send
say,
it to
Yeah, Miss
Oh,
Dog
please,
Lover, go
please,
ahead.
yeah.
do you mind
Please
if I
do.
just say, you know, the whole Warbash River search?
August
Which
19th.
one?
I was kind of like thinking, like, you know, when that Richard Allen was arrested just after that search.
I think it was 3 weeks after it concluded.
Yeah, and
Or
I
4
was
maybe.
thinking they're sure, like with the river search, I was thinking surely they must have some sort of evidence by now. They must have some kind of results from that, and then he was arrested. How can that not be connected?
Well, Miss Doglover, which Wabash River search are you referring to? Because there was technically two. There was one that was located near Peru at that time, and also one that was located near Delphi, approximately 2-ish miles from the Pizza Hut in Delphi.
Oh, okay. It was just like the one that was really publicized.
That was
Real
Like,
quick,
the
Jinx,
Kagan
Jinx,
Klein
I've been
one.
hearing about that. Where are you getting that information?
Turbo. That's where I heard
Jinx?
a local.
Oh, a local source?
Yeah, it was definitely happening during that time. So that's why I
I've
want to
had
make
4
a
people
clarification.
email me that from Indiana telling me that there was a search near the Pizza Hut.
Yeah, and since Dan wanted to bring it up, yeah, it was Turbo who actually originally covered that because of a loco.
Is Canada local to Indiana?
Yes.
Okay.
Is
Right out-
Canada
right out
local to
Mexico.
Indiana?
Yeah. But you said it's a
I mean,
local, but then you said it's Turbo.
obviously not, but however, that Canadian had a local source that is
Yeah.
very, very good.
But you're citing the Canadian.
That's okay.
But that's not local. That's not even in the country.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
I'm
She
actually
didn't
citing
cite the
the local
Canadian. She was
that-
saying where Turbo
Dan
got it.
cited the Canadian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just to be critical.
The
No, I'm
semantics
pretty sure Jinx said it was Turbo, and that's not a that's
No,
not a,
I said it was a local who
that's not a
confirmed
local.
it. And they also validated that plenty. And the person that they gave that information to just so happened to not only be another local, but a Canadian. What's
Are
your
you
point?
going to the trial, Jinx?
But the Canadians are not local. Why do you keep saying the
No,
Canadians are
I
local?
said that a
doesn't make any sense.
local. You want to
No,
twist.
Canadians are loco.
No,
Yes,
but
they
they're
are.
not.
I
They're
mean,
loco.
Fine, but they're not local.
you know what loco is, right?
Yeah.
And what was the name of the bridge where they said that there was potentially stuff being thrown off it into the Wabash?
Yeah, you're definitely referring to the Peru search.
Peru, yeah.
Let me see. I don't know the name of it, but it's painted blue.
Yeah.
How far is Peru from Delphi, Jinx?
How
Up, Cody?
far? It's approximately at least,
Just a guess. It doesn't have to be super.
I would say about 45 minutes, 30, 45 minutes roughly. I mean, depending on the lights, the traffic, how fast you drive.
I wondered because the walk that you guys are doing, I'll be in Peru at that campground, I think, that weekend. So we stopping up there to see you guys.
You're gonna go to the walk? That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Provided I don't work that Saturday,
That's
I'll
cool,
be there.
Dan. That's nice of you, dude.
Randy Gravitz usually makes so many amazing efforts to put on those memorial walks.
Yeah, I like those walks.
Yeah, are you going, Jinx? I was gonna ask if anybody knew if you guys are allowed to take like those bleacher seat cushions with you guys, because I feel bad
Oh,
for
to the
anybody that's
courtroom?
gonna go and sit there. Yeah, like the little pads you can get.
Oh yeah.
Those
I have a
seats are
bony
awful.
butt too. I
Yep.
feel your pain.
It depends on which seats that you get. If you get the galley seats, I would highly suggest a seat cushion.
Yep.
Those are
If
Hank Hill problems.
I'm gonna see if I can find some. I might bring some for some of the people. I think we got
I
a
think
bunch
most
of them
people
at
are
the
going to be
house.
well prepared. Most people are well prepared. So
They don't seem like they did for the last one. That's why I asked.
Dan's gonna be the Moses of butt cushions.
Yep.
Is that a Jewish
Giving them
joke?
out.
of
I
course
think
it
it
is.
is.
That sounded like an anti-Semitic joke right there.
She
I
just
love
got
Moses.
canceled
Like, why is that anti-Semitic?
because I don't know reasons.
You said Moses.
Yeah, but Moses is not anti-Semitic. That's like pro-Semitic.
Yeah, but you use it in a vulgar tone.
Not vulgar. I love Jews.
It was very obtuse.
I'm a Christian and Jesus was a Jew, so
Yeah, and the
Can
Jewish
I
people
just
tried to
can I just
crucify him.
ask? Is it going to be televised or
that's
will
actually
there be reporters
so
in there?
people are gonna answer that no, but it's
We
Yeah.
don't know
I
yet.
say yes.
it's to be determined.
Yeah, I say yes.
We don't know yet.
My crystal ball
wish-
says yes.
The trial? Are you,
Bet-
Mrs. Dogs? I apologize. Are you asking about the trial? Is that what you're
Yes.
asking? It's going to be
Yeah.
televised?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking about.
Honestly, I don't think that the trial is going to be televised for the sheer fact that none of the families, and when I say none of the families, I'm not just talking about Abby and Libby's families. None of the families
The
want
Allens.
cameras in the courtroom.
Oh,
Well, they
Yeah.
don't actually make
public
the
interest
law.
should supersede that.
Yeah, it's really not up to them when it comes to cameras. It's going to be up to Goal, and she's a big advocate for cameras. She always
Did
has
you
been.
just say Judge Gall was big? How dare you?
Oh, easy.
Personally, I think it should be transparent. I mean, yeah, it should be transparent.
Hmm. And she believes that. That's why we had that one hearing televised, and because of the shenanigans, of course, she nipped that in the bud. But that's just
Maybe
through the
hence
pre-trial.
that $75,000 podium that they're putting in, like,
A
That might be a hint.
$75,000 podium?
well, wasn't that what it is?
I don't know. I hadn't heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was on the list.
Dan,
The list
are
of
you
expenses.
Dan, do you even Delphi?
Exactly.
Not in the
paying
last
attention to
2 weeks
anything?
at all. No, I'm
No, this
intentionally
is more
so.
than 2 weeks ago.
He's been AIing.
You just
Yes.
don't pay attention to anything, dude.
I'm trying to dissociate myself from it. What's up, Big Fish?
The more you try, the more
Yeah.
you try to get out, the more it pulls you back in.
That's right.
I'm just saying, if Judge Goal wants to be respectful of the family over the public's opinion, I don't blame her.
Well, it's
I
not
do.
about over or under. It's just about being transparent and
Well,
what are you trying to hide? If you're not going to publicize the highest.
Now,
profile case
Jinx,
in
you are
Indiana.
aware that anything that needs to be censored will be censored. Also, they're not going to be showing the photos.
So just
and,
there has to be a mechanism that exists. Like so,
Right.
the
So
judge
she's
can't
not
just like
making an effort
the judge isn't reading social
Okay.
media and making
Okay.
her decisions
Okay.
about what the family thinks. Like it has to be like presented to her. So like
Well,
she can't just
I-
imagine that the families think this thing. It would actually like have to be something that's
Yeah,
presented.
she's taking it into consideration, and
But
she's
how-
not just. It's not on a
Yeah.
whim.
The judge
was-
can't take anything into consideration unless it's actually given to it. Like somebody gives it.
Yeah,
Excuse me?
which it is.
well, I was bringing
What do you
that
mean
up
it is?
because
It's so you think there's secret filings from the family?
It's not
to
secret.
prevent-
There's nothing secret about it.
Well, where are they?
What's
Or why can't we
secret?
read them? Why can't we read these filings?
what are you
that
talking
say,
about?
No.
Oh
there's
no, I
nothing
feel like I've started a
there's-
massive debate here. Sorry.
No,
No,
I just don't even know what Fiend. What are you talking about?
I'm just
Family
saying-
doesn't have to file a motion.
for it to be considered by the judge, they would, like, if that's to wait, have
Okay.
weight as
So,
far as her
wait.
decision making on it.
Thane, are you hearing me right now? Please understand this. What makes you think that all the families, and I'm not saying one side or the other, but all have not expressed that? I'm sorry you haven't been privy to that, but I'm just saying, what if that isn't a possibility?
I'm
That
not saying
already
that's not a
transpired.
possibility. That's a complete that's a
Right,
fine
but
that's a fine
then
thing.
why?
But how is the judge
But
supposed to know
but
that? Is the
why
judge
are you
are you telling me that the family, all of the families are communicating to the judge they don't want this, and that's completely off the record?
Are they still not communicating
And that she's
outside
going to
emotions
weigh
in that
that
case?
and then make her decision
How-
based on that.
How can you sit here and be so one-sided about it and not even think that that is a possibility? Like, seriously.
Because it would be serious judicial misconduct to have ex parte communications with all of the families communicating to the judge, and none of it's on the record, and she's going to weigh that in her decision making process.
I think
I'm sorry, that doesn't make any sense, James.
Obviously, you've never been to a Masonic ritual.
Oh yeah, the Vinlanders don't want it aired either.
I'm sorry, what you're saying is just, it doesn't make any sense. It's
It doesn't make any
nonsensical
sense,
stuff.
but you're right. Like, but you have to make sense of it. Like, if it
But
does
what
happen,
you would
it will
do
be
is,
officially documented.
It's not hard.
You'd have the families of the victims talk to the prosecutor. You'd have Kathy and the mother and everyone talk to their lawyer, and then they'd sit in their chambers. I just don't know if they're still on that thing where they only
we see the filing.
through motions.
The filings are public, and we see the filings. None of the filings have
It's not like that.
anybody arguing for or against.
Well, hold on. It's like it's like a closed hearing, right? Nick McClellan would be like, "Well, here are letters from the families," and the prosecution would be like, "Well, here's letters."
That in a closed hearing.
Here's the letters from the Allen family. You know, they're having it.
You're
it can be official.
Things that don't exist, though.
No, you're imagining things that need to exist.
They need to exist.
Thank you. Imagining things that he needs them
Julia.
to exist. Hi.
What's on your mind? Get it off your chest.
Oh, I just had a quick question. So I'm arriving a little late, so forgive me if I'm sounding like a broken record. But my question would be like, why? I mean, yes, this is obviously a very sensitive and crucial trial, like the murder of two very innocent children. But I just, I think the community deserves to know what's going on too, because this is somebody that's out and about. I think.
Are you talking about as far as it being cameras in the courtroom? I think we lost her.
Did we lose you? Was that Gibbo?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Are you talking about cameras being in the courtroom?
Yes, I'm talking about cameras in the courtroom, because this is some man that was on the loose for, like God knows how long. I mean, cameras in the courtroom.
Yeah, he developed film for the memorial.
Right, exactly. And it's more, I mean, yes, of course, the families are the main focus, but I think it also, the community deserves to like see and know everything that's going on. And I mean, I have no idea what the family has or has
especially
not
with
said.
all talk about corruption.
Right. And there's lots of reasons. And I mean, you could do pros and cons for each, but I think, in my opinion, family or not, I think it should be televised. I think people should be able to have some answers, because this again is some wild man on the loose. I mean, for God knows how long. So,
but going to what Fiend was saying, it like they don't need the family's permission or any of that. But I'm just saying, if there was, there doesn't need to be a motion. You know what I mean? It could be something that's discussed in private. I mean, of course, the lawyers will be there.
That's literally how the court system works. That they're due.
Okay, so what happened in the closed hearings?
If they want to actually suppress it, they definitely need to file a motion.
We have very little evidence of what happened in the closed hearings, and the one attorney that spoke on it said nothing. So that's the best information.
Oh, Brad Rosie.
Well, you're right. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure he'll leak it soon.
I don't understand. Personally, I don't understand why you couldn't televise it. Why there couldn't be cameras in the courtroom.
Indiana is way behind on a lot of things. They didn't have body cameras in 2016.
Yeah, how are you gonna beat people up off camera?
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, they're way behind. And Gold is one of the major judges in Indiana that's been an advocate for having cameras in there. That's why we finally had a camera in the courtroom, and then you had Richard Allen's defense team pull that stunt.
Hey, and here's the secret: don't let court TV do it.
That's not.
She can decide where she wants to angle the camera.
You're making up a stunt. What is the stunt?
Stop interrupting Mrs. Dogs. Please finish your sentence, Mrs. Dogs.
Well, Sleuth says
we'll get back to that. We'll get back to you.
Well, cats don't like dogs.
It's a cat and dog thing. Don't worry. We'll get back to that.
No, I was just saying, like, Josh Gold, she can decide where she wants to angle the cameras and where she doesn't want to focus the camera on. So I don't understand why it's an issue.
Well, it's not going to be live televised, right?
It might be live on the internet if they do it. It'll be like Court TV or what's the other one, Law and Crime or something. But hopefully they don't have Court TV do it and they have Law and Crime do it, because Court TV always screws it up lately.
And to answer Fiend's question, I was talking about the leaked photos, the leaked to a YouTuber, the press release after they said that they would keep their mouths shut. So that's what I'm referring to.
Oh, which leak? They're like a.
Well, there was two of them.
They're like a rusty old pipe.
That all happened. Supposing any of what you're saying is like actually
no, it's true.
No, that all would have happened before.
We don't want to face a fact.
Correct.
Supposing.
I don't personally
all would
care
have happened before there was the camera turned on.
Yeah, but the camera was on and it captured Rosie running out and dragging Kathy Allen out of the courtroom. Sure. So the first time that you get a camera in the courtroom, that's what's captured.
Sure.
So what's going on with Westerman?
And Baldwin cowering in the back hallway.
So before we move on, how about we do a round table and just say,
hey, what were you saying this time before Fiend interrupted?
Interrupting cat who? No.
No, I'm saying, like, hey, what doesn't everybody go around and say?
Sleuth, what were you saying before Fiend interrupted?
Oh, I was saying that before he was mansplaining. Baldwin was cowering in the back hallway.
Wait, I'm confused. Why would cameras in the courtroom, like, what would be the cons to that? I mean, all I can think of would be maybe the family, like, personal stuff about the murder would come out, but like other than that, like what?
That's it
what
right
else
there. Dan hit it on the head.
It's just a spectacle, dear.
But that's what it should be. That's what the United States is. It's a spectacle. You know, everything should be a spectacle.
I want you guys to check this out. No federal case ever is allowed to be televised. People want to advocate for stuff. Federal stuff should also be forced to be televised.
Different thing, Dan.
It's not just Indiana. Well, I'm saying we all gotta push for it. Oh my God! I'm saying all court hearings should have cameras. It doesn't matter if it's your parking ticket.
So that's what I'm saying. Why doesn't everybody go around and say whether you think that it should be televised, you know, and whether you think it will be televised?
Well, I'd like to hear.
Let's go around in the round table. Who's starting? Somebody start.
Ladies first.
Whether you think it will
Ladies
be,
first.
Whether you think it should be, and then whether you think it will be.
Start with Gibbo, work it away counterclockwise, so it's all the ladies first.
Yeah.
And the host with the most last.
Yeah, it's just 2 questions.
Don't all speak at once.
Gibbo?
Gibbo? I don't know who that is.
Who the fuck is Gibbo? She's not here.
I thought she was Gibbo.
No, why do you keep
saying that? In my opinion,
I saw. Okay, look, you guys are tiny on my screen. I saw a Gibbo message come up, and I thought the picture matched. I'm sorry.
Let's go, Miss Dog Lover. Go ahead. You think cameras will be in? And
okay. I think it should be televised. Personally, I think it should be transparent.
Do you think it will be?
What have they got to hide? Yeah, I think it should be.
Jinx?
About the cameras, I
Yeah,
think
what
that
do you think?
I think that everyone should respect the family's wishes. You know,
Yeah,
this
but we
case
can't
doesn't
operate as a
involve
public like
anyone
that.
in the public. Yeah, this case doesn't actually involve anyone in the public. So
It
therefore,
does,
So,
the
though.
only
so
thing,
she's saying should be no, but will it
no,
be?
I'm saying that you should respect the family's wishes. It's not my opinion, sir.
What
Don't
about
get
you?
that screwed
What
up.
about you, Julia? What do you think? You think cameras should be in there, and will they be? Do you think they will be, and should they?
I don't know if they will be. I think they should. I think it's very, it's again, it's about the families and the girls first and foremost, but I think it's definitely information that the community should know about, because this is somebody that was in their small town, and you know, people need to be educated about some, you know, uh, monsters among us, and
And the
I think
process, right?
right in the process, exactly. And so I think in my opinion, it's very crucial that it's very transparent among the community first and foremost. And yeah, so I believe it should be televised. Whether it will or will not be, I have no idea, because I'm not that familiar with that aspect of the trial process.
Dan?
I think all court hearings should be televised, bar like actually some of the stuff involved with this case, like minor and family court stuff, might not need to be. Should be recorded, maybe not publicly accessible via YouTube, but I don't think it's going to be televised.
You don't? I think it should be, and I think it will.
So, following suit with the minor issue and also the family wishes, like,
Yeah, that's the ethical quandary here.
That's like in a perfect world type scenario. But you got to remember, every time there's a court case, it affects future court cases and things that can
Why
happen in
don't
the
I get to
future.
say my opinion all the way around?
I know, and then we're waiting. Go for it.
Okay, I think
I feel that the family would want it to be televised for some reason.
even though
To
the
get people
families
to
have
shut up, maybe?
expressed the opposite.
Sorry, I couldn't hear that.
I don't know. I haven't spoken to the families.
I think that it should be televised. I agree with Dan, and I agree with Sleuth. I mostly agree with Dan because I agree with Dan.
He loves Jews.
Exactly, as far as what should be televised, which is all court hearings except for the family type of stuff. Like that's fine. That doesn't need to be public. Whether I think it will be, I'm gonna go with. I mean, I'm out on a limb, and I think I'm going with like Sleuth. I'm saying I think that it might be. I could definitely be wrong about that, but I think that I think there's a very specific reason that the Supreme Court picked this special judge, and I think that her history with the pilot program for televising court hearings was a very important part of why they chose her. And I think that she'll do it her way, but I would not be surprised for her to give the fee to a very narrow specific focus to one entity, and that it actually gets televised. Could be wrong. I think it would be a travesty if it's done entirely in secret, and we're waiting months for the transcripts with no. I mean, that's a ridiculous situation compared to other high profile cases. Like these things are televised. These
the
things
news
need to
sucks
be
at
televised.
covering it. They'll put out stuff like
No, you're absolutely right. I used to be a huge person as far as the idea that the media is biased and just putting forth a narrative and telling everybody bullshit. No, I tell you, get the fuck out of here. Like,
If it's not
that's not a real
televised,
thing. Until I saw it, until I've actually interacted with them, and I know for a fact that is the truth. That your media is not like
Well, it's not media. It's
they're
people.
not genuine. They just aren't.
It's people. It's not media. And
No,
people.
it's not the people. It's the corporations, dude. It's not the people. The people would
Is
love
that you, Julia? Again,
people would love the journalists would love to report.
Julia, is that you? Why do we have?
Journalists would love to report things, but
Hey, Dean.
at the end of the day they're
Hey,
employees and
Dean.
they're told
He's trying to greet a new panel guest.
Well, it's the same panel guest, but she has two up here. Julia, are you there? Here, I'm gonna kick both of her out. Come right back, Julia. She'll be back. Go ahead, Fiend.
I was just saying that I forget what I was saying.
Oh, thank goodness.
Can I just say, personally, my brother died in 2009. I've been quite open about it on YouTube. He was killed by someone else.
Sorry to hear that.
A bystander in a fight. I don't know what I'm actually trying to say here. But it went on for years because there was a court case. It was abroad, so it was in Mallorca. I'm in the UK and he was from the UK, and it just took forever really to get any kind of justice for him. And I just really feel for the families. Yeah, even now, like me and my brother, me and my mum and dad, I just like really, we just mourn him, really. It's awful. So yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but just wanted to say that.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about your brother.
Yeah, it's just about thinking about the families, isn't it, and what they're going to have to go through in the long term. It's not just, losing someone. It takes a long time to get over it and to go through all the criminal proceedings and everything else.
It's got to be torture.
Yeah, it's really hard.
I'm sorry. I don't know when I got disconnected. I think I just got reconnected. So
yeah, I think we lost Jinx
okay.
too.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if you guys are still talking about this, but what I was about to say before I accidentally switched apps. I think if it's not televised, then the media and people in general are just going to have even more of a frenzy of, the rumor mill of what happened, what didn't happen. I think, justice needs to be served, and we just got to, kind of close this book.
I mean, that is the United States. It's it's this public place. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I think everybody deserves to know what's going on and who these crazy people are that live in our community.
And who's representing them and who's fighting against them and who's
Exactly.
judging over it. You know what I mean? Like, we need to see all of that.
Right. Exactly. I think it's kind of for everybody. It's not just for the families. It's not just for the perpetrators. It's not just for the justice system. It's just overall transparency to know how all this works. And so
yeah, it could be you in that courtroom.
It could be. I hope it's not.
Well, according to some, all Richard Allen did was go to the trails that day, and that was enough for him.
I just lose my connection, or everybody get quiet?
Wait, I think I hear something. It sounds like a bear. No, I think Julia we may have lost her
I
again.
did. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
there you are.
There
Yes,
you are.
hi. Okay, where did I drop off at?
At Dan the Curious Contrarian was a rad bear.
A rad. Okay, I must have missed a lot in like 2 seconds, but please continue. I'm kind of interested now.
Well, that's what you were saying.
Wait, oh, that's what I was saying. Yeah, that sounds
that's where
like,
you left off.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
He's his samurai gear is quite fascinating.
Wow, how long has that gone?
Question is, has it been tested?
Has what?
No.
Oh, it hasn't been battle tested yet.
His samurai gear? Oh.
Yeah.
Working
It
on
looks pretty. It looks pretty good. It's got this Keanu Reeves thing going.
I made a bunch of them. I love these.
Dan, why did you decide to use a transgender bear for your profile pic?
Why wouldn't you? I'm
Hey,
transgender.
Sleuth, would you
Yes.
mind actually just saying who each person is?
Yeah, here, if I clear off the comments, you can kind of see the names there.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
I don't know why it does that. That's why I've been kind of clearing the comments. I don't know why it does that. It might be a setting that I have, but we have Phoenix. He's a crackhead cat. Apparently, he's a fiend.
I am not.
We have a Jewish ambassador. He's from Palestine.
That's right.
And then we have Julia Burns, who is from The Simpsons.
Yes, I'm Mr. Burns after transition.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Thank you.
I didn't know you were from Palestine.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know Dan was from Palestine.
Yeah.
Free Palestine.
Palestine, Ohio.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Isn't that? I thought it was in Indiana.
No,
That's where that train wreck was Palestine.
Oh, yeah,
Ohio.
that's where Ohio. There you go.
There's
I was born in the ooze.
Palestines across the United States.
Blame that on the Jews too.
There's a lot of those.
And then you've just got me with my gorgeous baby doggy.
Beautiful. Look at that pup. Those ears. They look like it looks like curly locks.
Oh, yeah. We just lost actually our 13-year-old.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's awful.
Yes,
Yeah, we had a rough year
so
too.
sad, but we didn't want her to suffer, so we made the really hard decision.
To put her down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough. I've had dogs suffer to where we can feel the heartbeat just literally leave. It's really rough.
Yeah.
I have a 3-year-old dog. I'm a first solo dog owner, and she is my world. And I can only imagine how hard that must be. So
It's crazy how that happens. Like how they just become family. It's really weird.
It really is. She's sitting next to me right now, and she is my life.
Yeah, I mean, love her.
I do.
Don't think about that happening to her.
I'll be right back, guys.
Just love her.
Yeah.
I've got an 18-month-old.
Oh, okay. What kind of dog?
And an 8-year-old, and they fight each other and they play, and it's really funny. But just enjoy them. Don't think about it.
Oh yeah, no, it's not on the forefront of my mind. I have 2 cats and I love them. Don't get me wrong, but it's different with a dog. Like I wake up and she's just bouncing all over, like just so happy there's another day, It just, God, the sunshine in her eyes. I know it sounds so cheesy, but it's it's so real.
I know. The 18-month-old keeps stealing shoes and taking them off down the garden. Just runs off down the garden with them.
Oh, so cute.
It's cute, but he's a little bugger.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, they're a lot of work, but they're super worth it for sure.
They are definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. My dog, she's a little Havanese. So she's 12 pounds, 3 years old, full grown, and her and my cat are like best friends, and they snuggle together and everything.
Oh,
It's like they have the silliest little friendship, but it works. They're like best frenemies. Yeah.
yeah. That's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alfie, the 18-month-old, he absolutely hates squirrels running along the fence. And
did you just say school whirl?
Squirrel.
Squirrel?
Squirrel.
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 I love how you say that.
Squirrel.
There's like a W in there.
Squirrel.
Like pronouncing every yeah.
Squirrel. Squirrel.
Can you say it with my accent? Squirrel.
Squirrel.
I guess there's a W in there too, huh? Squirrel.
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 Oh, like Squirtle.
Squirrel.
Squirtle.
Yeah, he hates pigeons and squirrels. Yeah. He goes mental. Yeah.
I hate them too. Miranda Lee says, "Oh my, OMFG, Gibbo is not on panel."
Yeah, I can't see the tiny little avatar photos. I thought that was
It
the
looks
same
like
picture.
I'm Gibbo, maybe.
It looks the
guess.
same to me, but you're like
They
2 millimeters on my
hallucinating
screen.
things.
Yes. I've had
He's
too
on
much
acid.
coffee today. I wish. Might not be safe for the highway, but
He's
probably be fun.
microdosing. He's microdosing.
Oh, microdosing. I remember that.
Never on
Back
acid.
in the
I've never
day.
tried that.
That was I don't think it was acid though. It was
Mushrooms?
no, not mushrooms. What the hell is peyote?
Oh, is that masculine?
Yeah.
Peyote. Peyote is peyote.
Well, no,
Well, the
there's actually
chemical
a drug.
compound is masculine.
Mescaline.
I don't think it. Yeah, mescaline. There you go. Not
Mescaline.
masculine.
Mescaline.
Stop being weird, Dan.
Yeah, that was weird.
I don't know how to say
Your
it. I've only
bear
read
needs
it.
some masculine.
What, you don't think my John Goodman Jew bear photo is good enough now? Doesn't that look like John? Is it John Goodman? Is that his name?
Well, he's
That
from
one looks like
Roseanne.
him.
Right.
Yeah, I think this one looks kind of like him.
He's a legend. Miranda says you're a dork.
Yes. Yes.
I think we're all dorks up here. Nothing wrong with being a dork.
Oh, what is it? 18 days
I
counting?
prefer nerd over dork. Thank you.
No, you're a
prefer
dork.
Geek.
No, I'm definitely not a geek. No, I think a nerd is the closest.
Not
I
with that
prefer
mullet.
Poindexter. Poindexter. That's how I like it.
Hey, I actually have that list, by the way. Just not the taped up glasses.
Pocket protectors are dope.
Yeah, especially when you don't want to mess up your favorite polo.
Mm-hmm. You mess up a $150 tailored shirt with a G2
Sleuth, do you own a polo?
Yeah, I own a couple suits too.
Do you own a polo with a pocket in it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Why
I
don't
wear
you ever,
polos.
why don't you ever scream with those?
Why am I going to run around my house in a polo?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Why don't you want to look good for your audience?
Hey,
What's
Sleuth
wrong
is
with what
always
he's
on
wearing?
point. Come on. I
Am
got
I
you.
supposed to? I mean, in that case, I should wear like a suit when I come on.
No, just the jacket, tie, and
And a collared shirt.
Who wears pants when they're at home streaming?
Yeah, I don't. I don't think anybody on the news does either. They're pantless. Everybody knows that.
When's your next stream, Fiend?
Well, that's why I came on here, because I was gonna stream something, but
I beat him to it.
yep. Sleuth made T cry, and then I was gonna pick up the
He
slack.
made criminality cry.
I didn't mean to.
He sure did.
I did not mean to. So I
How did you
apologize.
make criminality
I think
cry?
he did mean to. He's very mean, and
I'm a mean person.
I can't picture that. Seems like she'd want to clobber somebody before she get upset.
Well, then watch it, because she got mad.
Yeah, she got mad at
can't
me.
watch women cry. It makes me.
So I just want to make a public apology. I think I was misunderstood. I did not mean that.
Well, that's probably appreciated, and
it was taken out of context. I think.
I'm not accepting the apology.
All right. Well, let's hear it. Let's hear what you got to say about it, and I'll respond.
No, I think that you were just getting her. I think you were getting her fired up, and
no, because I said the same thing to you, and you took it. You didn't take it wrong.
You kept on doing it.
Well, because I was being misunderstood, and it was like almost like the crowd was being manipulated against me when I was, I didn't even mean that.
Well, can I just say that you're making me laugh?
Sleuth, I'm sorry, dude. Sometimes you're saying things that are just very not. True.
Like what? Well, why don't we put it in why don't we say what happened, and then people can understand? Because you're doing what she did and trying to make it seem like I did some kind of brutal attack.
You want to say that people that are fair-minded take the
let's say fair-minded means people that agree with you.
Gospel. So that's what your position is.
No,
I don't like
what
you say.
happened.
So you take the Frank's memo as gospel.
Well, there was somebody on that panel that is knowingly untrue on 90% of what they say. That's why I quit watching it. So
this is what happened.
I got tipped in to the feds as a child ring and meth ring by this person. And they had them on the panel talking about quote unquote facts. So I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't argue without people getting upset.
Because it sounds like you're insinuating other people that were on there.
Well, this is
actual.
Well, Fiend, this is what I meant. I think it was taken wrong. What I meant was anybody that's saying that Richard Allen, that his rights are being violated or whatever. All I meant is that the only people who are saying that is Richard Allen's defense team. So that's what I meant by.
Well, that's also not true, because there's lots of people.
There
are a lot of people that say that.
Well, hold on. Well, here's Teresa's here. Teresa, welcome in.
Hi.
Well, there you are. What's up, Teresa?
Hi, Dan.
Hi, T.
Hi, Fiend. So I just wanted to come on. I heard that you guys were talking about what happened on the stream. I probably did take it out of context.
Yeah, I meant no harm.
I know that you would. I don't believe that you would ever come in to purposely try to troll me.
Yeah, I meant you were using that as your source, is what I meant. That's your source.
I understand that now. It was already a very long panel after I'd been gone for almost 2 weeks from being sick. I publicly want to say I accept your apology. I apologize if I made it seem like you were attacking me and trying to get everybody against you. Definitely would not.
That's how it felt.
To do that. Oh, I can tell you, I can tell you how I felt when I was thinking that you, of all people, you and I, we don't talk privately, but I come to your streams every chance I get.
And your channel hates me, so.
That's not true. There are some people who don't like you, but there are some that do.
Oh, Sloopy Goosey hates me.
Well, it's the not people. It's okay. You're on the opposite side of their argument.
But I'm not. But I don't. I've tried so hard throughout covering Delphi, and one of the reasons, if you go back on my channel, I hate being in a case for so long, because it turns into people don't like each other over people's opinions about a case, and I've tried my hardest. I literally, I can't even just describe how much I've tried to keep peace regardless of people's opinions about the case, and make it more about how people are treated in the chat. I mean, I try. I obviously can't cover every single comment that's ever made, but I was surprised. I think that you had come in and made a comment like that I think that the defense is gospel in any which way, because I don't. And so I was just surprised that you, of all people, like, we do watch each other often.
But who else says that his rights are being violated? That's all I meant, was that that's your source, that his rights are being violated.
I'm gonna do it.
that.
I'm gonna do exactly what you wanted me to do, and I'm gonna pull up everything that I believe from my education that shows that I believe his rights are being violated, his constitutional rights, and I'm going to put together a presentation, and I'll put it out on a live so that I can show my opinion, not
that has
based
nothing
on,
to do with the Frank's memo or
to do
anything that the defense has put out.
Well, I think that we have to take both sides of what has been
you
put
can't.
out. You have to.
Kinda,
we don't have any other information.
Yes, exactly. So you're taking that's what I meant by you're taking it as gospel. You're using it as a source. You can't use it as a source.
Then everything that we talk about when it comes to the case is from these documents.
Are you
that's
saying
my point.
Use their emotions as a source, or what they say, and then cite other cases?
Bluth, bro, if you can't take the prosecution,
that doesn't even make sense.
This isn't even the defendant. Like, we have to take some things as a source.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's also very different. Like saying I can use it as a source versus saying that I think it's gospel. Like, I'm not going to bring it out like.
That's what I meant. That's all I meant, was that your source that his rights are being violated was the Frank's memo and everything that the defense.
How about I do it this way then? I will do it based off of only what the prosecution has put out in their.
No, not even the prosecution, just verifiable facts.
Well, then you
because the
can't
PCA isn't gospel and the Frank's memo isn't gospel. We can't listen to the PCA and we can't listen to the Frank's memo. We have to listen to factual information.
We don't have that.
Okay, so why are you making a determination that his rights are being violated if we don't have the facts? That's the only point I was trying to make.
Well, I think gospel is probably the wrong word then.
Yeah, it may have been the wrong word.
I do source from all the information we're given, like, publicly.
Yeah, so we're picking facts. That's all. The only point I was making was that you're saying that his rights are being violated, but that's a huge accusation to say that you have to have proof.
I can show you his rights being violated based off of just what the prosecution has said. So take the Frank's memo away, take what the defense says away, and I just go off of what the prosecution and the investigation says on those sources.
Okay.
Then I'll take that as my source, and I'll still show you that his rights are being violated.
Well, we can have that conversation now.
Okay, you want to pull it up and we can go through it.
No, tell me. Well, you've already made the comment that his rights are being violated. I was asking you how.
But that was later. You were asking me that after you said that I take the Frank's memo as gospel.
Because they're the only ones that are going around saying that his rights are being violated.
But that's what I'm saying, is you don't have to say it to believe that his rights are being violated based on what the prosecution has done.
So how are his rights being violated? I'm curious about that. I haven't seen it because I would stand with you if that was happening.
Okay, so let's just take a recent example then. The fact that everything that the defense has tried to bring forth as his defense, the third party, the geofencing, everything that she just ruled is not allowed to come in.
You mean the stuff
without a nexus? What do you think about that in the 6th Amendment and the 14th Amendment?
Wasn't it the 4th?
I was say 14th.
The 6th and 14th.
It's the 4th Amendment.
Look up the 6th and the 14th. I'm asking you to tell me.
4th is the legal search and seizure.
Isn't 14th indentured servitude?
Yeah, 4th is due process.
No, that's not.
Wait, 14th. The 14th.
Bluth, have you not read the Constitution? God damn it.
I never claimed to be an expert.
Is the one about it's to do with the Civil War, post-Civil War stuff, right?
What? Dan, you've also 13th, not read the
14th.
Constitution.
Yes, I have. I haven't read it today.
No, you people.
Why don't you tell me what it is then?
Completely wrong things, referencing the Bill of Rights.
Oh my God! It's not the Bill of Rights. The first 10 are the Bill of Rights. The first 10 are the Bill of Rights.
Just stop what you're doing and go read it. Go read it right now.
Oh my God! 14th Amendment isn't in the Bill of Rights.
No, the 14th isn't, but the other ones are. The 4th and 6th are.
I said the 14th. She said the 14th. I said, doesn't that have to do with post-Civil War? Yeah. Reconstruction amendments. Yeah. Thanks, Fiend. You goddamn retard.
I don't think that there is
citizenship and civil rights. There's civil rights in there.
I think there's different parts of the denial that I think we should look at separately too. I think that's a big deal too, because there's and she separates them for us kind of by going through like numbers 1 through 6 and then numbers 8 through whatever, which is the third party. And then you have like the geofencing and things like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but the only person arguing against that is the defense.
Okay, that's why I'm saying take out the defense and you tell me what you think about his 6th and 14th Amendment.
I don't think he's being violated. I don't think anything is being violated. There's
Which
rules
part of the
to
14th Amendment applies to what's happened with him?
there's rules to third party and alternative suspects. There has to be a nexus.
That's why I said we have to take them in separate, because I know people in chat are talking about like the nexus. So take out that. Take out just the evidence that's been turned over. That they can't even use that evidence.
They can't. You can't. And there's one of the rules is that you can't waste the court's time.
That's nothing to do with his constitutional rights.
Well, it has to do with the third party suspects being included. You're saying that they're violating his rights because they're not being included, but there's rules to that.
Yes, that's why I said take that out and let's look at them separately.
Which things separately? Let's do it case.
So let's look at just the section where it comes to the evidence that's been turned over. For instance, for example, like the geofencing information from 2017.
Well, they know who the geofencing belongs to, and they don't want those people to be harassed.
Okay, so if we're talking about that they know who they are and they were at the crime scene at the time of the crimes or around the time of the crimes, you don't think they would end up being people who would be put on the stand as like witnesses or anything like that?
Yeah, and once again, the only people who brought up the geofencing was the defense team. Hence the reason I said what I said.
But that's not true.
It is true. Who else has brought it up?
I mean, the state brought it up. The investigators brought it up when they asked Horan from the FBI to actually create a geofence.
Yeah, but they didn't bring it up as part of their case. They're saying we don't need that. We know who that is. The only reason the defense is bringing it up is so that they can accuse these people of having something to do with the crime.
And what if they do?
But they already know everything about them. That's not part of their case.
They didn't bring that up in the hearings. They didn't say, hey, we know who those people are and we don't need to talk to them.
No, they did, but the defense didn't. And that's my point again.
That doesn't even make sense that the defense didn't.
Nick isn't going to come out and explain every detail. He's waiting for his time in court. The only people that are coming out and putting out all this information is the defense.
But the state is the one who doesn't want it in.
They don't want it in because it has nothing to do with Richard Allen in their case. So why bring in something that's going to waste
his
the court's
constitutional
time?
rights to a defense mean that he should be able to bring it in so he can say, hey, look, there's other people there that nobody's talked to?
I can't make that judgment, but I know who the geofencing
but you can
includes.
if you look at our constitutional rights to a defense.
That's your opinion.
Yeah, judges have really high discretion in these matters, especially in Indiana.
Yeah, they know who those folks are. It's the Subaru crew. It's Cheyenne. It's Cheyenne and then 3 other people. They know who the geofencing is, and they're not suspects. The only people who are making a fuss about it is the defense. That's why I said what I said. I wasn't trying to be offensive. I wasn't trying to be.
How would they be making offense about? I mean, how would they be making anything about it? But the prosecution is the one who made it a big deal by saying you can't talk about these people. But if it is who you think it is, which is not actually fact, you think it's Cheyenne, but Cheyenne was actually followed up with, and that is known throughout documentation and coverage.
It's Cheyenne and 3 others.
Well, so there's 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we don't technically, as the public, know who that is.
We don't, but they do.
But how do you know they were followed up with? Because you're taking the state's word for it?
No, I'm saying, how do you know? You're saying that it's somehow
violated. That's my point. Why not bring it in?
Well, that's the point. We don't know.
Well, that is the point.
No,
you're my point.
Well, criminality, Teresa, you're saying that his rights are being violated. If you don't know that they're being violated, how do you know that? I don't know that his rights. I don't know that they're being violated or not, but you're saying that they are.
I am saying they are because he has a right to present his defense.
But there's rules to that.
there's evidential rules to that when it comes to the third party. I'm not going to the third party yet.
You can't waste the court's time. You can't make the jury overly emotional. You have to have a nexus.
Waste the court's time. Let's talk about that for just a second. So waste the court's time. So how do you feel about the fact that she removed 2 attorneys that was a constitutional violation and had to be reinstated by the Supreme Court?
Well, she didn't remove them. They withdrew.
And okay, and we're going to go with semantics, but they were being removed.
Not semantics. They left, and that's why we have the Supreme Court. They left knowing that they could move to the Supreme Court, and everything happened perfectly.
Violations.
Everything happened perfectly.
Wait, what happened?
I disagree with that 100%.
That should have never gone to the Supreme Court, and that should have never happened.
I think it should have. I think that was a perfect.
They shouldn't have resigned. They should have let her take them off the case.
Yeah, I thought it happened exactly how it should have. There was a conflict, and then it went to the Supreme Court, and then it was resolved exactly how it should have been.
Well, they're very lucky that it even got to go to the Supreme Court.
I don't think so. I think it was perfect. It was a perfect situation, and then it worked itself out perfectly.
So while I'm on panel, do you expect that your chat is actually respectful to your panel guests, or is it okay if they make fun of me and tell me to go back to my soap operas?
Who's saying that?
Who's talking to you? I mean, I didn't complain about the way your chat was talking to me.
You weren't on my panel though, so let me just ask: how do you feel about that? I'll let it go if it's okay with you. If that's how you're okay with your chat talking.
Well, that's how I'm treated anyway. I mean, I don't complain about it.
Perfect. Nice conversation.
Should I block them? Is that what you're saying?
Booth has very good.
You just tell them to knock the shit off and be respectful.
Take care of it.
I mean, after the abuse I just went through, I mean, I don't understand.
Abuse you went through when you came into my chat acting like a troll.
I wasn't. I explained my.
But no one has actually been.
You said it was misinterpreted, but that's how you acted when you came in.
No, all I said. Go ahead.
No one has been disrespectful to you. We've listened to you.
No, not the other panel guests, the people in the chat. Let's go.
I'm not reading the chat. I'm just saying that I just left your chat and I was brutalized.
No integrity. Go back to your wine.
None of us are watching the chat.
How about no integrity, just untruths? How about that one?
What are you referring to?
Sleuth has given you time to speak, and we respect you.
Issue, nor was that what I was complaining about.
I mean, I would just like to say that Sleuth was definitely being a troll and teased.
What?
Teased
I was not being a troll.
Absolutely,
which is why I accepted the apology, because you said it wasn't your intent to come across that way, and I believe that.
I'm the troll here.
Yeah, I was not trolling. All I meant was that you're saying, and I'll say it again. I'll say it again. All I'm saying is that the only people trying to fight for this whole argument that Richard Allen rights are being violated are his defense team. So if that's your only source, that's all I meant by gospel. I shouldn't even have said the Frank's memo. That's all I meant.
But the prosecution that are not the defense
team that are also are invested in constitutional rights. So I don't. Your entire premise doesn't make any sense. It's not just his defense team that is saying his rights are being violated. It's lots of other people.
Like who? You?
Yes.
Twitter.
Or whoever.
Twitter.
Whoever. Public, like regular citizens, lots of them say this guy's rights are being violated.
And I'm asking
lots
why.
Of other attorneys are saying that.
Because they
think
but why?
Not part of the defense team. What you're saying just doesn't make sense because it's not just his defense.
All I'm saying is if his rights are being violated, let's hear about it. Let's talk about it. How are his rights being violated?
Sorry, you had to go through that, Sleuth. Sorry.
You don't think that the difference here is this. You don't think what they think is evidence, and they think it's evidence. That's your difference in opinion, right?
It's like an interpretation, but yeah, violating somebody's rights is a huge accusation. So I have to ask, how are his rights being violated? That's all I'm saying. And if you quote what the defense is saying, that's what I meant by gospel. I didn't mean to offend you. I wasn't attacking you. I wasn't being a troll. But I feel like you still think that, and that you were okay with the way your chat attacked me about it.
No. And that's why I apologized as soon as I came up here, because that's absolutely not true. I don't want you to feel that way. And I have always appreciated you being in my chats, and I've always appreciated being able to come into yours.
And I'll say this, chat, leave T alone.
Yep.
Yeah, leave her alone. It's that simple. Like, I have no problem. I'm just saying that nobody said that when I was being attacked in your chat.
No, and all I wanted to say was that was my interpretation, which I believe now that I am not emotional about it, is that I felt like you of all people would not come in thinking that way. I think it was a miscommunication. I absolutely agree with that. And I don't want to even talk about it anymore because I want to make sure, and I'll say it on my live tomorrow to my chat, because that
You don't have to.
I don't have to do anything. I want to, and I've already planned on it, which is why I came to your chat tonight.
I appreciate
because
that.
People, there's other things that happen in people's lives that people that want to troll on YouTube and social media don't know about.
Yeah, if you want to be a troll, be funny. Don't be an asshole.
So I guess I just felt like at that moment in time that you were somebody that I did not expect would do that.
But do
And
what?
I
I didn't do
wrong.
anything, though. Yeah,
No,
didn't do anything.
I know that, but I'm telling you how I felt at that moment. So it was a misinterpretation. I think it was just the wrong word that was used in what you were trying to say. I understand now talking to you what you were trying to say. I accept your apology, and I hope you accept mine. And I will make sure that I clarify all of that.
Accept it.
Perfect.
But I think it's a good conversation that should be had, though. I mean,
I do.
people
I just
believe
don't know
that if Richard Allen's rights are being violated, I mean, that's a huge deal. That could cost the entire case. And nobody wants that to happen. I just haven't seen it happen. I haven't heard of it happening. And the only people that are even advocating for that is his defense team.
Well, I think that's a fair assessment because the prosecution isn't going to advocate for his constitutional rights being violated if they're the ones violating it. So I think this conversation is going to end up becoming something once we get to an appellate level and we see an appellate court or a Supreme Court come back and say, yeah, his constitutional rights were or were not violated. And then one of us is going to go, see, I didn't see it.
Well, no, but we should be able to explain it, right? Like to me, I say, I don't see that his rights are being violated. I see him being put in prison as protection against himself. He made threats against his own life. And if you look at the statistics, you're more likely to kill yourself in county prison and hurt yourself than anybody else would ever come and hurt you. So if anybody cares about Richard Allen, you should be happy that he's in prison being looked after that way after making threats against himself.
I wouldn't disagree, except for the fact that the prison, like the warden and the people who work for the prison all came forward and said that's actually against their policies and procedures to keep somebody like that in solitary confinement for so long. And then they also stated that he actually wasn't suicidal when he got there, but yet they put him into solitary, quote unquote, due to the safekeeping order. And then we backtrack the safekeeping order.
And where can I read this?
He had no attorneys, when he actually went to the safekeeping hearing.
And where can I read this information?
I think that you know that he didn't have attorneys when he went to the safekeeping hearing.
I don't know that. I would like to. Where can I read this information?
In the transcripts, I believe, from the safekeeping hearings.
I mean,
when they talk about the fact that he didn't have any attorneys there.
Sleuth, do you not know how like linear time works?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Can you rephrase that
linear
condescending
time,
way?
Like time travel? It's not linear. Like I understand that.
Like, do you understand how like time works in like a straight line? Like just in our normal conception.
Hey, Fiend, can you rephrase that question in a way that doesn't sound like a condescending Karen at Walmart telling you to not pick up the carrots?
When do you think Richard Allen had an attorney, and when do you think the safekeeping hearing was? Like, it's not like complicated. You don't need to like read it.
It's not complicated, and you do need to read it if you're gonna accuse somebody of violating somebody's rights.
Do you think that he had an attorney there? Is that what that's what you're saying? You think that he like that's the opposing viewpoint here?
But that's the question with that. Wait, hold up.
They had that
legal question, since you're the resident lawyer on the panel, Fiend. Did he not say that he was getting his own private counsel at the time? He wasn't even
Dan,
requesting.
that's not
No,
relevant.
no,
That's
but you're
not
acting
relevant.
like he didn't
No,
have
Hold that
legal
thought.
we're talking about what
representation.
Sleuth said. Don't try to
Oh,
save him. Don't try to save him.
I
try
don't
to
have
save
to
him.
save him, but it's true.
No, you're
Like,
trying to save him.
he-
You're.
Oh my God! I don't have to try. This is what would happen in an appellate
Stop
court.
being a teddy bear.
If
You're
this
not,
was the
you're
appellate
not a
court,
teddy
that's
bear,
what would
you little
happen.
furry. Stop
You're
being weird.
and you're not
Stop
a
being
lawyer.
weird, Dan. Stop doing it.
Stop trying to be
trying
Michael
save-
Osbrook. The genes aren't going to
Stop
save
trying
you.
to save Sleuth from what he just said. He said it. Does Sleuth think that Richard Allen had an attorney at his safekeeping hearing? Because that's what he's insinuating, and that's absolutely ridiculous. It's
Right, but nobody said. I didn't hear him say that.
It's a very silly thing to say, but yet here he is saying it. He's saying it. Why would he say that?
Isn't there an issue with?
He's being silly, and here you are trying to like.
Yeah, but
white
didn't
knight?
he?
Why are you white knight? Why?
I'm not white knighting anything. Richard Allen didn't. Richard Allen didn't know his rights. Hey, this is why. Hey, this is why it loses.
Please, guys.
No, but this is why it loses at an appellate court, because I think he waived his legal rights in some sort of way and then made himself declare himself indigent.
See, you're coming in with a different argument, and that's not.
No, but that is the
about.
argument. It's going to. They're going to try to push it into the appellate court, and when they look at that,
Dan,
it's going to get denied.
You're fine with your argument. That's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about Sleuth's argument. He's saying silly things, so let him defend his silly things.
Well, I mean, if he didn't say something or he missed a part of it, it didn't mean he's silly.
He thinks that Richard Allen had an attorney at his safekeeping hearing, but
this was Diener that signed off on that, correct, or was that Gall? Because there's a couple things that happened right in succession there that I'm mixed up in my head.
Stop trying to save him.
Please just be respectful of other people in the chat. Thank you, guys.
Oh, this may be in a meanie. Oh, Bob Motto.
I want to hear what Dan thinks about like his or
Sorry
not.
about that.
I want to hear what Sleuth thinks about like.
About what?
I mean, what are you saying? Are you saying that Richard Allen had an attorney at his safekeeping hearing? Because that's clearly
I don't
not
know.
something that exists. Like that's not a real thing.
I don't know.
How can you say that you don't know? You do know.
Okay, I do know.
Okay, I'm really sorry, you guys.
That's the answer. You do know that he did not have an attorney at his safekeeping. Why say something that's absolutely wrong? It's a silly thing to do.
What did I say though?
It doesn't help like anything. Like I'm totally for like
I'm lost too. I'm sorry.
People making a good case for themselves.
I'm saying if somebody's threatening to kill themselves, you don't leave them in county jail. If you say put them in county jail, that means that you don't care about their existence. Because if you look at the statistics, that's how people hurt themselves and that's how people hurt them. So if this person is threatening to hurt himself, where you want him is in a place where he can be observed 24 hours a day.
Okay, I'm really sorry, you guys. It's almost 9 o'clock. I have to go for kids' bedtime.
Thank you, Teresa.
I wanted to come up here just to talk to you, Sleuth, and tell you that
I'm sorry about that. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Please, I want to put it behind us. I said at the beginning of this, I enjoy hanging out with you in your chats, and I enjoy you being at my chats. And it was just a misunderstanding, and I apologize for my part in it. And I'll make sure that my channel knows that too. So, but I would love to have this conversation with you. I hope that like maybe you and I can just set something up where we can just talk back and forth.
Let's do that. I think this is good. I think this is a good combo. I agree with that.
I think so too. It's just really I just have 15 minutes before they have to be in bed. So
glad you're feeling
that's why I just ran out of here. I was dealing with some things, so I got you.
So thank you guys in chat. I hope that you guys, no matter what you think, at the bottom line for me is that they get the right guy. And I don't care if it's Richard Allen. So for anybody who thinks like I'm a huge Richard Allen, like supporter of like lover of Richard Allen, you're wrong. I just want to make sure they get the right person. And that's really all I care about at the end of this. So you can take it, you can leave it, you can do what you want with it, but that's where I stand.
Much love.
Thank you for letting me come up. And once again,
anytime.
I'm sorry.
You're welcome anytime.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, T. And I also reiterate exactly what T says.
Of course you do.
What? Yeah, you guys think it's funny that the right person should be prosecuted for a crime?
No, we think it's funny because of
That's
you.
what
That's
think
all.
Yeah,
No,
you're
Jerry
funny.
just thinks your ass kissing is what was funny.
No, I'm not.
We love it. I'm
just
little bit.
stating what my position is, and it happens to be the exact same position.
I know.
Thank you, Julia.
You asked what was funny, and it sounded like you were ass kissing. That's why I laughed. I didn't say you were. I said it sounded like you were ass kissing. So
And
that
thank
made
you,
it
Miss
funny.
Doglover. I appreciate that as well too.
I like T. I like what she says. Like, geez, Louise.
You don't.
Yeah, that was big of her to come on like that. I really appreciated that. Because every time I go on that channel, I feel like I'm going against the grain. There's nobody in that chat that ever showed me 1 ounce of respect.
That's why you got into trouble. It's because you were very attacking in what you were saying.
I wasn't attacking.
You were
It's
attacking.
because you were
you're making accusations that are not.
I wasn't making
true.
any accusations.
When you say, "Hey, you
name one accusations that I made,"
when you say you believe everything the Frank's memo in the Frank's memo is gospel, that's attacking. Because
hey, you want me to summarize
it for
you?
You don't like your opinions being attacked? You can't handle that?
Fiend.
Well, no,
hey,
but
it's not a personal attack.
You're misstating.
It's not a personal attack. I'm attacking ideas.
It's completely wrong because you're misstating it, and Dan does it all the time.
No, Fiend, it's like this. Hey,
he misstates what I think. He says what I think, and that's not what I think. And you do the same thing, Sleuth. You say that's what this person thinks.
No, you just don't like being challenged, and it's that simple.
It's
not
like
being challenged.
And I quote you.
And you do it from an unfair position. You do it from an unfair position because people won't do it back to you. Because we could say what you think and misstate what you think and make it a terrible thing.
He harasses me.
And it wouldn't be fair. And you count on that and do the exact opposite to other people.
No,
I could say
the thing is that if you're looking for truth like I am,
sorts of terrible
you should
things,
be challenged.
But I
like being challenged.
I won't. Am I going to just say, "Hey, Sleuth,
Fiend, let's take a deep breath. I think you're triggered right now.
Something terrible. Dan thinks something terrible. No,
I think you're triggered right now.
You count on people not saying it back to you.
No, that's
and
what
then
you
right back.
Use that against people.
No, that's what you do.
You do. That's exactly.
That's why you're upset right now, because I also, when I said that, you took it offensive too, because you do the same thing. You have no sources other than the defense.
Trigger alert.
Name one source about what's going on with Richard Allen that it is not the defense. And I'll wait.
Yeah, no, I don't need to wait because I personally FOIA requested Richard Allen's military information. I did that.
Yeah, which Richard Allen? You didn't even get the right Richard Allen.
Richard M. Allen.
Really, Sleuth? That is that where you're gonna go with? That it's not the right guy. It's the right guy.
There's two that lived in Delphi at the same time, right?
Sleuth.
You know that, right?
You're being ridiculous.
No, I just want you to know that there's two people that lived in Delphi with the name Richard Allen that both have military history.
Sleuth, I've got his. We've got me, anybody, the media, any person can just ask for the same information.
No, we searched it and we used his social.
It's his address. It's his date of birth. It's him. Like it's his.
Why did you block out the social?
It's his next of kin. Like,
why did you block out the social?
What?
Why'd you block out his social?
Because
we had military.
I've worked in the mortgage industry like a long time, and like I'm just not putting people's social security numbers out there.
Well, we had our own military people go ahead and look up his own records, and they didn't match with yours.
You are lying. You are lying. Now you're lying, dude. Now you're lying. You're absolutely lying. That's complete fabrication and a lie.
Okay, so show your records with the last 4 of the social, and I'll show you mine.
It's
How about that?
Does it not show the last 4 of the social?
No, mine does.
God, dude, you're being so silly.
That's not silly when you're dealing with
It is
facts.
silly, dude.
You're silly.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Let's
had
see the
military
documents
people.
from both
No,
of you.
no,
Don't
you,
show
dude,
the
why,
social
hey,
security on.
Sleuth, why are you lying to everybody right now?
You want me to pull it up?
Yeah, pull it up. Yeah, pull it up. Pull it up. You thinking I'm not going to fact check you on this because I've got the information and it absolutely is not like. Oh yeah, and Dan thinks it's funny because he's fucking.
Well, just so you're ready for this. Here, I'm going to show it to you. Okay, here it is.
Just
You ready?
careful with the TOS
I'll
and
show you mine.
Social Security
I'll
number.
show you mine. You show me yours.
Sleuth, careful with the TOS.
Well, that's
and the
not the
Social
last
Security
4, is
number.
it? That's the last 3.
Yeah, that's the last 3 of his Social Security. That's all it's going to show is the last 3.
Oh.
So let me see yours. Look, Richard Matthew Allen served in the U.S. Army from 6/5/1991 to 7/26/1991. I showed you mine. You show me yours.
Well, one
he can't pull it up. He's on an iPhone.
Right. There is the practical.
You can show it to me later. Yeah, you can show it to me later. It doesn't have to be right now.
No, I could show it to you now, but like I can't show it to you on.
Show it.
I don't know how to do things on like a
email it to him.
Email it to him.
Yeah, just send it to my email and we'll put it up there, and I'll block out everything but the last 4.
We're friends on Twitter again, I think.
Glad to hear it, guys.
Thank you, Duchess. This account, Julia. Where'd you go? I thought you were part of the panel. And this troll. I was surprised you didn't put up a pudding pop up there.
Okay, what time do you think?
Yeah. So I mean, you called me out.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, so
I showed it to you.
So that is a partial record. So it isn't. It is 934, but I have the first number.
Yeah. Well, when you're ready, you let me know.
I'm not putting out people's like social security numbers.
I'm not putting anybody's social security number either. It was the last 3.
You put out 3 digits of it.
Oh, okay, so you're not going to do that, is what you're telling me?
53009.
Dude, you don't have very much information if you're saying that that's not him, because what I have.
What happened? Wait, hold on. Let's not pass by this.
Here's what I have: nearest relative, Marvin K. Allen. Who the fuck do you think that is? Like, you're saying there's a different guy. There's a different guy that's what you're
basing it off of. Why don't we just go off socials?
You don't, dude.
It's a way to simplify it. Welcome back, Julia.
Dude, you do you have the full social? Because I do.
Yeah, I do. Social. Yeah, I do.
All right.
Wait, I have a question. Wait,
hold on. What was that, Julia?
How do you want to verify that?
Okay, I just had a question. Who's the guy with the blue panther?
Phoenix. It's a cat.
Phoenix. Okay. I just wanted to know how to address you. I'm just curious. So, like Sleuth showed his. Why can't you? I mean, you don't have to show it to everybody, but like, why can't
Whip
you
it
just
out?
show him? What? Like, you can email it to him.
Whip
I don't
it
know.
out.
Get out.
This information has been on my Twitter.
Yeah, it's been on your Twitter, and you had the Social Security blocked out.
Just show it to Sleuth. You don't have to show it to anybody else.
No, block everything but the last 3.
I don't trust Sleuth with private information of anybody.
Okay, well, there you go, guys.
Well,
there you go.
Yeah, I don't know how to.
There you go.
Hey, Ian. Nobody should. Nobody should.
Well, hold on. Here, let me play. Here, let me. I have to put something up here. This is for your benefit. Hold on.
I rest my case.
Got him.
I don't even know what to say because you're just being silly, dude.
I can help.
Just laugh and move on.
No, I'm not going to laugh and move on because it's disinformation and it's misinformation. And
well, you said it was partial information.
When somebody very intentionally wants to disseminate
kind of like putting something out
misinformation and
without
disinformation,
without
why
the
are they
number?
doing that? Why is Sleuth doing that? Why is Sleuth
No, well,
trying
first of
to-
all, I put out my information with the social shown. You put yours out with the hidden. So who's hiding what?
You're yeah, because you're not showing the rest of the information that's on there that clearly corroborates that that's absolutely Richard Allen. And
Well,
you
it's
do
simple.
know, and you do know it, and you're intentionally lying about it.
Well, you can prove me wrong right now.
That's the problem, Sleuth.
I'm not
That's the problem,
intentionally
is that
lying. I'm willing to be proven wrong.
Why are you intentionally lying about it?
I'm willing to be proven wrong. I'm okay with being corrected.
No, it's not about being proven wrong. You already know you're wrong, and you're intentionally
I don't know that.
lying
I'm
about
hoping that you can prove me wrong because I believe that you're wrong.
Well, I absolutely can prove you wrong.
Okay, well then let's do that now, live on air.
Fiend shared the doc on Twitter. Can you get the link for it, Fiend? Maybe you can.
All you have to do is show the last 3 socials on the document,
your Twitter?
And you're good. That's it. Welcome back, Miss Dog Lover.
Here, let me DM you, but like, I don't want to show like all this guy's information because
then do it off air so that you can compare it off
my
air.
Understanding, he's not. It's not. It's somebody's telling me it's criminal. It's not criminal. This is people have a misunderstanding about military records, and they are 100% public information.
Yeah, I had it was a military guy that looked it up for me.
Sleuth, dude, you sound so silly when you say these things.
Why? Because that's the truth.
Oh, no, I'm sure it is the truth. I'll just show you the fuck, dude. I don't know. I'm getting people messaging me telling me not to do this.
Well, you said that I didn't expect you to call me out.
You tell DB
so now is it me that's calling you out? You said I wasn't prepared for that, but I was, wasn't I?
No, you're not. You're intentionally.
I seem to be. So far, I seem to be.
You're intentionally lying to your audience.
I'm not lying. I could be misunderstanding.
This isn't. What is it even? Why would this even be important in the first place?
Okay.
Who
it's not important anymore.
If this is just obviously factual information. You're pretending that it's not true. Why? Why would you pretend that? Why would you lie about it?
Maybe he doesn't think it's true.
Like
I
don't know.
I just showed you my reasons.
Yeah.
If somebody doesn't think something's true, that doesn't mean they're disingenuous. Maybe he thinks you're being disingenuous.
That's exactly what I think.
It is.
Yet I've proven my reasoning.
Because that's not the reality, Dan.
I think you guys both probably have the right information. I have no idea. I don't care. I don't care about his military records.
He does have correct information, but it's just partial, and he's adding on lies
because he thinks your information's not real.
I guess so. I don't know. I don't know what the purpose of like pretending this information isn't real. Like it's very, very silly.
I think he's trying to verify your information to himself.
Yeah, because a minute ago you were okay.
No. I mean, anybody.
Am I wrong?
It's you know who actually of all the people that did
I'm just trying to take the to where you guys aren't at each other's throats talking about it because it's not that big a deal.
Well,
I'm not at anybody's throat. He asked me to show it, and I showed it.
T actually covered this in a very extensive live, and it is very thorough and it is very accurate, and she's about the only one, and weirdly, nobody in the media wants to cover, like, to present this information.
Well, we aren't media or journalists
and then
either.
people like Sleuth want to like actively lie about it.
I'm
which
not
is
lying.
Weird.
I just
It's
showed
weird.
it to
It's
you.
weird to lie about it. It's weird to lie about this stuff.
Do I have to put it back on the
It's weird
screen?
to lie about it.
Here, let me put it back on the screen
Wait, what
for
is
you.
he lying
He's calling
about?
me a liar.
I know. I am. What's your case? That this.
All right, let's read it.
You're the one that brought. I'm so.
Hey,
he
yes,
thinks that your information
that absolutely
isn't true.
is Richard Allen.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
Yep.
It says Richard Matthew Allen served in the U.S. Army from 6/5/1991 to 7/26/1991. Those are the facts that we have.
That is his.
That's a month.
That's him getting kicked out of.
No, it is not. That would be a lie. That is just a very narrow scope of one like piece of his service.
Okay, well, show me the rest. All you got to do is show the 934. I've already done that for you.
Oh,
so.
only the 934. Okay.
Yeah, that's all you got to show.
Oh yeah, 934. That would be easy because I can do 934.
Simple.
10-4.
That's it. 934. That's it. Because those are the last three of his social. We can put an end to this right now.
There you go.
Well, are you gonna accept? Are you gonna accept that, or are you just gonna make up another weird fucking lie?
I didn't make up anything. I just told you why.
You know
what I believe.
You know that it's a lie.
I don't know
it's a lie. It's a lie.
I can only deal with the facts that I'm provided. I don't go around blabbing what the defense team says and all of that. I talk about what I can prove. That's why you thought you were going to call me out, and I put it right on the screen because that's how I operate. If I can't wave it in the air, you're not going to hear me talk about it.
Hey, knock it off, dude. You're
no,
being.
You knock it off.
No, you're being very, very.
Knock
silly.
it off.
Yeah,
knock it off. Right now,
Get
knock
the
it off.
Bottle out. Get the
are you
squirt
gonna show
bottle
this?
out.
I'll DM it to you. You want me to show you 934? Get the fuck out, dude. What is wrong with you? Why are you making up these silly lies? Why would you make up the silly lies? Why make up the silly lies?
I thought you said it wasn't a lie.
Why are
I thought you said it was a partial truth.
Why are you lying to your audience?
Why are you deflecting?
Ooh.
Oh, He's
triggered. He's triggered.
No,
you don't speak to a woman like that. You do not speak to a woman like that. That's the problem.
She doesn't
misogynist.
She
that is
no reason.
listen to mansplaining. He's mansplaining.
There's no reason to argue.
Misogyny.
Yeah, there's no reason to argue when you can just show it to me. Let's let it speak for itself. There's no
I
reason
you were
to
a champion of women.
that.
Hey,
you just mansplained.
That lady's just being rude, and
you're being rude.
Yeah, you're being rude
I'm not
to a
being
lady.
rude.
You are. You're making all these accusations and all of this, but
this is an absolute silly thing. God damn it!
I'm triggered now. All this misogyny.
Yeah, this is a silly thing that you brought up. Don't forget.
It's super.
All this misogyny.
What?
I'm so triggered
why?
now.
Yeah, I didn't bring this up.
Yeah,
all I did was show you.
You think it's real funny. You think
the misogyny? Yes, the misogyny is very funny from you.
Shut up.
You just told a woman to shut up.
No, I'm not telling her to shut up. I'm telling you.
I identify as a woman, and you just told me to shut up.
Yeah,
well, we all identify you as a woman, Dan.
I'm gender fluid. Whatever is offensive at the time I need to say it, that's what I am. Don't you understand?
Yeah, this is all I'm saying to you, Fiend, is that we had military people. They looked up his records, and this is what they found. That's it.
Stop being
partial.
Ridiculous.
Well, hold on a second.
Ridiculous.
Stop. If this is a partial record, that's fine. I can understand that, but that doesn't make it false. Now, if you can show the rest of the record, showing the last three of the socials, we can complete the story. It's that simple. We have to deal with facts.
Yeah, Fiend, you know about those, right?
Dan, shut the fuck up, dude.
I'm sorry. not about you, but I mean, if Andy Baldwin and Brad Rosie doesn't say it, it's not a fact.
You 100% know that you're feeding the misinformation. You 100% know that Sleuth is
What
lying.
misinformation do I
What
feed?
am I lying about?
Yeah,
This is an official document.
Yeah, here it is.
All right.
What are you talking about? You're saying these words, and I don't think you know what they mean. I literally don't think you know what you're saying. These are buzzwords that you're saying, and I don't think you understand what they mean.
This is the problem. Sleuth doesn't have his...
Hold on.
Hey,
hold on, Fiend. Hold on,
his
dog.
DMs
Miss
on.
Dog Lover's trying to say something. Don't make me mute you
Sleuth
guys.
does not have his DMs on, so I can't DM him the documentation.
For 1 minute.
Yeah, shut the fuck up for 1 minute.
Shut
Okay, hold on. I'll just put it on my phone.
Okay.
All right. Right.
Just take a second to think. Okay.
Take a deep breath.
Thank you.
Thanks, Fiend. You made my night. I love you. Somebody clip this. It was good.
He was not expecting me to put that up on the screen, was he?
I don't think so.
Well, there it's up on the screen there.
What is this?
Because you're weak and you don't have your DMs on, and there's the proof right there.
My email is sleuthintuition@gmail.com.
No, I don't want your email. Don't be like that.
That's what he uses to communicate.
Okay,
like
so don't make it
Twitter.
Well,
yeah, don't make it easy for you.
Then hey.
Why don't you just why don't you just tweet it and then give him a link to your tweet and you can pull that up?
Yeah, do that. Or
you don't want to tweet out his social security.
What if somebody else just email it to him? Because I don't want to give him my email.
Then DM it to me. DM it to me, and I'll DM it to me. I'll email it to him.
No, I don't trust you because you're blatantly lying about things, dude.
Well, you saying that I'm blatantly lying, but you're the one that hasn't showed the document.
No, I did. It's right there. It's right there in my profile pic. That's the. Anybody can zoom in on it
on Twitter,
and you see it. Nope.
All right, I think we're gonna move on now.
It's
I think
on the live right now. There's the proof. Everybody can see it.
All right, Fiend, we're gonna move on now. We're gonna move on now.
See it. It's right there.
We get it. That's a legit document.
That's on your pinned tweets, right?
No, I've redacted it to the level that Sleuth Intuition wants it.
Well, DM it to me, and I'll put it. I'll send it to his email.
There you go.
Did you DM it to me?
Yeah, I sure did. But it's also right there in my profile.
Yeah, but you were just so gung ho a minute ago, and now it just seems like the opposite.
Where's the Social Security? 934.
There it is.
I can send it to
that's what he wanted. He wanted 934, and there it is.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I want to see, and then we can go ahead and look at the document.
And there you got the entire fucking history, exactly as it said. Why you would question that? I guess you're deranged. I guess you're just a weird person. Like
I'm a weird person because you block out the last 3 of the social, and I can't verify who it is, so I'm weird.
There's
kind of hard to call it a fact when you have the social. There's no reason
to question it, and any other entity, any personal, like any individual, any media person, any law enforcement person can verify this just as easily as I did. It's very easy.
All right. Well, let me see it. Are you sending it? I'm sure
sending
if you're still... Okay.
I have to draft the email though.
It's also right there in my profile picture on this live right now.
How nobody can see that? Nobody can see that, you weirdo.
No, you can zoom in.
Nobody can zoom in. It's microscopic. You're telling me I'm crazy and you're saying some stupid shit like that.
No, you take a screenshot and you zoom in.
Shut up with that. You're calling me crazy, and that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
You're purposely lying about this information, which is a weird thing to lie about.
I love it.
Nobody's lying. I deal with facts.
You are lying. Why are you lying? Why are you lying to your audience?
Why are you so emotional about Richard Allen? What is it about Richard Allen that has you so emotional?
He's gonna make love to him when he gets out.
Why are you pretending that I'm trying to protect Richard Allen by finding information out about Richard Allen?
Because I just asked you for information and it was like pulling teeth.
I'm investigating information about a killer, but you say,
Oh no, he's not
That's
a killer.
bad.
He can't call. It's a
That's
legend
bad.
killer.
That's bad.
It's
You
a
shouldn't do that.
legend.
You
It's a legend.
don't investigate. Don't investigate the
That
killer.
might be
Don't do that. Don't do that.
You just
What?
called him a
What's wrong
killer.
with you?
He's not convicted. Come on.
Hey,
Come on. Don't
that's what
assume his guilt status.
Blue's saying he's the killer. I'm investigating him.
I
and
never
he
said he
says-
was the killer. If you
So-
watch any of my shows, I say that he's the suspected killer. And I
Okay.
also say if he's the killer. So therefore, you don't know what you're talking
Okay.
about.
Okay.
I hear he loves.
Yeah.
pudding.
Well, keep saying that, Sleuth. I'd like to just say that a whole lot more times.
I hear he loves the puddings.
I hear Sleuth loves Richard Allen. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody clip that. Oh yeah.
I think that's a load of bollocks, quite frankly,
Oh,
from the
I love
UK.
you guys.
Oh well, yeah, from the UK, and you end up being completely wrong.
They have
completely
powdered
wrong
wigs over
about
there.
what-
and they're
what-
completely
Parliament
wrong.
and such.
You are completely wrong because there it is. Yeah.
No, I think you're completely wrong.
Just tell
No,
her,
I'm not
Fiend, we
completely
won the
wrong.
war.
It's completely right. This is completely correct information.
I'm waiting for the
There it is.
misogyny to rear
There
its
it
ugly head
is.
again.
There it is. There it is.
Chad, are you ready for the
That's-
misogyny to
whole-
rear
that's
its
whole
ugly head again?
information. So you're completely wrong.
You tell her. You tell her. You let her know.
I don't even understand what the purpose of arguing against this information is. Like,
It's not arguing when we can
it
show it on
is
the screen.
arguing.
You're the one arguing.
Did you get the email, Sleuth?
I have it on the screen.
Okay. Sorry, I can't
Yeah,
look at the screen.
You're the only one arguing, Fiend. I'm the one that's dealing in facts. That's why it's on the screen right
This
now.
is the facts. These are the facts.
That's
that
why it's on the screen.
Yeah, that
Hello?
was your initial question. Is like,
No, that
who's
was your
got
question.
facts, and I got the facts. I was the person that got this information.
Well, we had partial information, right?
You got partial information. I got full information because you deal in
Wow.
partials, and I deal in like as much as I can get.
Yeah.
And then you lie about it.
What did I lie
why
about?
Would you lie about it? I don't know. Why are you lying to everybody that's watching your stream? I don't know. It's a weird thing to do.
Oh, hold on. What did I lie about?
You lied and said this isn't Richard Allen.
I didn't say it wasn't
But
Richard
it is
Allen.
Richard Allen.
I asked you. I said you do realize that there are two Richard Allens that live in Delphi, right? That's all I
Not
said.
relevant, dude.
He questioned
not
the
relevant because
Hey, he questioned.
This is this Richard Allen.
Oh
Okay.
my God, Fiend! He questioned the veracity of your information. Okay, that's not lying.
He knows that's wrong.
Now he does.
Now
he does.
He knew it before.
He didn't take your assumption as being true.
Dan, stop.
What?
You're a little white knight teddy
No,
bear.
Are you
You're a little
mansplaining
white
to
knight
me
teddy bear.
again?
You're a little white knight teddy bear. You're trying to protect.
You're being
Sleuth.
triggered right now.
Sleuth doesn't need your
Can
protection.
you play the
dude.
look alarm
Sleuth
from
doesn't
Planet
need your
Fitness right
protection.
now?
Sleuth doesn't need your protection. Sleuth was wrong. Sleuth was very
Wrong.
wrong.
Wait, hold on. Let's let him talk. Fiend, how was I wrong? I thought I was partially right.
You're just medium smart.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that any day.
Oh God.
Okay, so he has extensive military training. Is that what you're saying?
What does he think about polar bears?
I don't know. He left.
Did he leave? Did you
Yeah.
trigger? Did I trigger him?
I think I'm triggering. Like I've been triggering I guess if I don't get triggered, like it's triggering to people.
I'm so triggered right now. Sleuth, how dare you?
If I don't get upset and I don't get triggered when everybody else is being triggered, people get triggered by that. It's a strange it's a strange thing. But I love facts. I'm glad that he sent this to me because I do see the last 3 of the social. That's great. There it is.
I was gonna address this earlier when T was talking and you, but the truth is with the chats, it doesn't matter if you're on one side of it, the other side hates you if you go into a chat, and if you're vice versa. And if you're in the middle, everybody hates you. So it doesn't matter what you do.
T's chat hates me, but it's
And
like when I
T's
go in
chat
there.
hates you when it's the not people over there.
Yeah, but when I go in there, I feel comfortable because I know that she's going to protect me, and I should do that same thing for her. But they do hate me. They all hate me, and I just figured that that's why she finally snapped on me, was because people like Sleuthy Goosey who have come into my chat and totally like just attacked me on multiple occasions, and finally I just blocked them. Like that, those are her people.
Like, why can't people just be reasonable?
Because you're in Delphi, that's why. That's the only answer that makes that you can. That's the truth.
That's not just Delphi. That's just life.
Welcome back, Fee.
Well, I'm not.
It's particularly polarized in Delphi. It's like politics too.
It's not like politics.
I'm in Southeast London.
Oh,
hold that thought. I'll be right back.
But I've been brought up to.
It's not. I'm not saying anybody's right or wrong. I'm saying it's the same level of polarization.
Let's do another round table. So, why do you think the sleuth was lying about?
Oh my God!
The Richard
Allen.
Allen.
You took the. I don't think anybody was lying. I think he was questioning the veracity of your information.
So, what? No, that's not the question, Dan. The question is.
But you're framing the question in that way.
Why are you trying to interrupt?
Because that's a disingenuous question.
Why does everything?
I'm going on mute.
Bye. Sleuth was lying about the Richard Allen information.
It's like this. If I go. So if we assume Richard Allen killed Abby and Libby, then how can we have this
it's not like
conversation?
that.
No.
Documented.
Let me frame the question.
Documented facts. These are documented facts.
Listen, if we assume that he killed him, then why are we even talking? Then
right,
the question,
Dan,
then the question is why are we? No, and then the question is why are we even talking about it?
Comparing an assumption to a fact is completely
it's the
apples to
question.
oranges.
All it is how you framed your question. You're assuming that he's lying. You're the only one assuming he's lying.
I know he's lying.
Why? How's he lying?
Because
I know
it.
Information's credible. How does that mean he's lying? It's okay to question. It's just like you. You question anything that doesn't come out of Baldwin and Rosie's mouths.
Anybody can verify
or their motions.
Anybody can verify it. You know how long it took me? Like 2 days.
But he asked you.
By the way.
He asked you because you had the information.
Anybody on the panel can verify it. Anybody in the chat can verify it. Anybody in law enforcement
can verify it. He wanted to verify the social security with you.
The prosecution or the defense team can verify it.
But why wouldn't you go to the source? Why wouldn't you go to the?
It's very
Why wouldn't you go to the source and verify
it? And anybody
with
could have contacted me like, I would like to verify the same thing for myself. Yeah. I'll tell you.
Or maybe you shouldn't have just blocked out the social. But let me ask you this.
No, you're gonna blame me for like.
No, hold on. I have a serious question. Stop being triggered. Just calm down. All right. You were in the military, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you were in the military, didn't they train you how to attack the jugular vein?
Not really. No.
Well, when you say not really, did they or did they not? Yes or no?
I mean, if you're gonna phrase
yes
it
or
like
no,
that, if you're gonna phrase it like that, I would say no.
Oh, you're saying no?
Well, phrase it the way you you want to phrase it. Then.
Yeah, you rephrase it then, because you know damn well that's the truth. So now, who's being dishonest?
I mean, Marine Corps boot camp didn't deal with like knife fighting.
Well, it may have been bayonets, right? Bayonets, right?
Yeah, it was somewhat.
And what did they teach you with the bayonets? Where did they teach you to strike?
It's very remedial. Yeah.
Okay. Well, in the remedial course, where did they tell you to strike?
Go for the neck.
I mean, it's more remedial than that.
Answer the question. Stop being a simp for Richard Allen and answer the question.
No, the answer to the question is no. Like you don't.
They didn't tell you to go for the jugular?
No.
Oh my God.
There's. I don't recall there being any anatomy in.
Let's welcome in True Crime Sages. Welcome in.
Hey, so.
True Crime Sages, big fan.
Welcome in. How are you?
Thank you.
What's on your mind? Get it off your chest.
Okay, so who thinks Richard Allen acted alone?
I do.
I probably do too. I don't know,
Most likely.
Yeah, I go that far with even
And now
Richard
that we
Allen.
know
I
that
think
he was in
he's-
the military for an extensive period of time, it makes it more likely that he did do this alone.
But yet you were still argued against
I
that
mean, he was a weekend
information.
lawyer.
Man, he just used you to get his point through. That sucks
Yeah.
for you.
No,
Fiend.
Yeah.
that's the whole
Wow.
point,
Thanks,
Dan.
Fiend.
That's the whole point,
Thanks,
Dan.
Fiend.
I know, but you just
why lie
slow-
about it if it helps you? Like, why would you do that? That makes
Because I needed to see the document with
that's
the last
weird.
3 on the social.
That's weird.
When I was looking at that document,
Can you guys still hear me?
so
Yes,
Okay. Yeah, he loaded you up like a
Go ahead.
slingshot. And
I did.
bam,
Go ahead, True
shake
Crime.
and bake.
So when I was looking at that document, I noticed that he had less than 60 credits a year, meaning he was even less than a weekend warrior. Generally, even for the National Guard, you get more annual military credits than 60 a year. His was 52, and I'm wondering why that is. For a standard soldier, it's 365 credits per year, and I know this, my sister's a retired colonel.
Okay.
And everybody in my family's military, and I can tell you, you know, he wasn't there like he should have been. And I wouldn't say he had extensive training. It's
take
2
it
weeks
back.
in the summer.
Well, he was actual Army at one time and not just National Guard or whatever.
I know, I saw that. He earned, what was it, 102 credits one year?
I don't know much about the military stuff.
So it seemed
I'll
like he
put it-
switched from active duty to
I'll put it back up.
weekend warrior. $103 and 127. I'm sorry, I was wrong. So, but if you look, those are total career points towards retirement in the right column.
Right here.
Yes, and if you're looking at the dates of his service, it looked like he served on the weekends and that was it. Because generally, even someone who's in the National Guard earns about 60 a year.
So what does that mean?
That means he wasn't doing his job, in my opinion. I'm sorry, I'm being loud. I have to. It's got to work tomorrow, but
No, I appreciate that.
yeah, I mean.
Yeah, because I don't know what any of this means. That's why I don't know. All I can do is, if you have something to say, I need to be able to wave a piece of paper in my hand. I can't, speculation only gets you so far.
So his total career points over, well, let's see, he's 89 to 90. Nothing. Yeah, no, I mean, he only earned full-time career points one time, which is from 1990. And then again, when was this again?
1991.
Yeah, 91. That's it.
So 91 and 90.
Yeah. So if you figure if you earn 365 career points a year, and he's got a grand total of a lifetime career of 772, that's what, 2 years total service over, let's see, a 19-year period? No, a 9-year period. So he didn't even earn, he was only part-time.
And I think this is the year he graduated, right? 89?
Perhaps, yeah.
I think he graduated in 89.
So it doesn't look to me like he was active military. If he was, it was only for those 2 specific years. And then he seems like he transferred to the National Guard.
No, Fiend's here.
Oh, well, he might be able to speak on some of that. I don't know. I don't know how any of the points.
No, she's right about everything she's saying. I mean, it's just regular National Guard. That's just how National Guard works.
Yeah, because he wasn't
Yeah,
like
so basically he was a weekend warrior that trained 2 weeks out of summer.
Yeah, let's say he was National
I
Guard.
mean,
But he never served overseas.
Yeah, I mean, it's like usually
Doesn't appear that way.
No, yeah, I don't have any information that you ever went overseas or like was ever active.
When did he get out? When was the actual date he got out completely?
Well, it looks like 98 was his last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
98 December.
He was in peacetime, other than the early.
Yeah,
90s.
yeah. I mean, he stopped before like there was any like shit, and
yeah, good for him.
But I mean, it's monthly drill, and then and then probably a couple weeks a year. That's
a lot of military training.
That's just how National Guard works.
Somebody who might be able to plan an ambush, maybe.
I mean, hey, I didn't have any like qualms about like using that as like a reason for this is just information about this guy that is
there's a profile that could be built, right?
The defendant that is like the most high profile defendant in the history of Indiana, and you're not from Indiana, so it doesn't really matter that much to you. And Dan's not from Indiana either.
Yes, I am.
So, like,
born in 11 years of my life. I work in Indiana every day. Thank you.
Yeah, but you ain't a Hoosier, dude. We all know.
I am too a Hoosier. Half Hoosier, half Buckeye.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not a thing, dude.
I took Indiana history in elementary school.
So I have to be a Hoosier to stand up for Richard Allen. Is that what you're saying, instead of Abby and Libby?
Oh Lord.
No, that's definitely not what I'm saying. And that's ridiculous.
What are you saying then? There's a potential that he could be a killer, and him being a military person. To me, when you look at the Monon High Bridge and the way it's laid out,
but
to me it's a military ambush.
Like literally a minute ago, you said he wasn't a military person.
I didn't say that. I told you the evidence that I have.
You wanted to lie to your entire audience.
I didn't lie.
That he wasn't in the military for 10 years.
And I showed you documents.
Now you believe what I'm saying.
This is your argument. Your argument is a triggered. Fiend, your argument is a yelling, like triggered argument instead of like a factual, calm discussion.
Like literally minutes ago, you were telling everybody he was only in the military for a month.
No,
period.
That's not what I said. I said, look at what I have.
And now he's been in the military for 10 years. You agree with me. You were completely wrong in what you were saying because I proved you wrong.
He conceded that. That's why I asked you for the documentation.
Yeah, that's what we're dealing with.
That doesn't mean he was lying.
I just don't feel like we're in this together.
Hey Dan, what do you call that kind of what do you call that kind of person that wants to be proven wrong?
Maybe a loaded question. Maybe a loaded
Dan, what do you call that person? What do you call that kind of person? What do you call that kind of person that that really wants to be proven wrong? Like that wants to have a rub in his face. What do you call that person?
You want to rub it in his face?
No. What do you call it? Just say it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, not a sadist. No, come on.
A sadist?
Dan,
somebody that wants to be proven wrong.
Rub it in his face is a sadist. Dan, you're a sick son of a bitch.
Right.
You want something rubbed in your face? That means you're kind of a sadist.
I'm taking Sloop's side.
Yeah,
Dan,
that is sick.
Is that not a sadist that wants something rubbed in their face?
Fiend, at what point are you going to realize I deal with facts, man? Like, if you show me the factual information, we can talk about it.
That is the facts. It was always the facts.
And I know it is. But
it's
not
always the facts. These were always the facts.
Not until you can prove it.
But you didn't deal with the facts. You lied to everybody. That's the problem. It's a problem where you lied.
The thing is that you call me a liar. See, like we can't continue to communicate when you do things like that. Like you have to calm down. I'm not going to sit here and let you keep doing that. You understand that, right?
So you're going to argue and say that you didn't do that?
I'm not. We can argue
just don't
as
call
much
him
as
a liar.
you want. Yeah, you gotta calm down. Just pull it in a little bit. And I don't care if you get excited and all that, but we
can both agree that I proved you completely wrong about something that you were trying to state.
He said you did.
The thing is that you told me that I was partially right.
Yeah, no, I said 934.
Okay, so how am I wrong if I was partially right?
Because of what you were stating.
What did I state?
Yeah, that it was only that month.
Okay, so I was partially right.
I mean, it was yes. One month is one month.
Stop being a jackass and let's just have a discussion.
1 month is part of 10 years. Yes, I agree with you.
Okay, just stop being a jackass. Let's deal with the facts. Let's present the facts.
I'm not a jackass.
You are because you're being triggered.
No, I've got the documentation and I had it.
And I showed it, right? Did I not show it? Did I not show it to my audience?
You did. Yeah, you did.
Okay, so why are you still babbling?
Well,
about
you wanted to pretend, dude. I don't believe that you didn't already know that.
I didn't.
Well, you could.
This is something that people do all the time. Don't attribute motives.
I'm readily available. You know,
it's not readily available. The only time it's been readily available is when I forced you to do it with the social.
No, you've never.
So now it's readily available thanks to me.
Before, and I
no. I made it readily available because you blocked the social.
That was the whole.
Nobody knows
the whole argument.
Social.
Well, Sleuth does because he has his own documentation.
No. Not everybody knows because Gull, when she did the doc drop, she released Richard Allen's social security number.
Social. Why would they know his social?
Everybody knows it. It was made public.
Identify who the person is because nobody else knows it. Who else knows that?
Okay.
Everybody. It's been made public.
What else did you guys want to talk about with Delphi tonight? My head's gonna explode.
I just want Fiend to calm down.
I'll be calm.
Because I can't handle yelling and all of this shit.
Can I say something?
Yes,
and
please.
Duchess still doesn't believe that it's true, even though
leave Duchess alone.
No, I'm not going to leave Duchess alone because Duchess is like deranged and doesn't.
Duchess is my queen.
Okay. Well,
anybody that doesn't agree with
also
you
my
is
handler.
deranged.
Duchess is my handler.
Well,
go ahead.
Wrong.
Hold on, everybody, shut the fuck up. True crime sages, go ahead.
So one of the things that I'd like to talk about was, since we brought up his military training, one of the first things they teach you about is maps and terrain, and that would be beneficial. But on the other note, he worked at CBS, and directly across the street, he looked at another trailhead on the other side of the trails that was directly across the street from his work. And I don't
near the Pizza Hut.
That Richard Allen looked at that trailhead on the other side of the park every single day he went to work. So this goes back to his fantasy, reliving the fantasy in his brain. Then, if you look at the military training that he first got when he went into the military, one of the specific things he would look at is the terrain and where to take the girls, because what he wanted to do with them, if he is the killer, takes privacy. Now, some say it's not premeditated. Sleuth, you said that you think he acted on the sly. I disagree with that because...
And I could be wrong. And I don't believe that. I just say that because it's the facts point to that. But yeah, it could be different.
Well, but if you're looking at the photo of the bridge guy, and if in fact that is Richard Allen, he was packing.
Well, this is my theory. He wasn't packing. He was up doing some chaos from the night before, and it extended into the next day.
Okay, so clearly the picture of bridge guy shows that he was carrying a weapon underneath his coat. That's one of the first things that came out.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was a physical gun that anybody could see through the jacket that looks at the video.
Yeah. And a holster, most likely.
Exactly. So the other thing that a lot of people, and okay, I'm not going to stay on here long, but I've worked on over 300 missing person and murder.
Yeah, I'm listening. You have my attention.
Okay, and clearly, in my opinion, someone doesn't start out just taking two girls. If this is a fledgling kill, which I doubt, very seriously doubt.
Fledgling meaning his first
go around.
Okay.
If this is a fledgling kill, the likelihood that he's going to grab two on the first go round is almost 1,000,000 to 1.
But it could happen.
It could.
And the crime scene wasn't indicative of an organized crime either. That would kind of lend to
it kind of tells a story of a disorganized killer. But go on, true crime.
they claim it was mixed.
I say disorganized.
And I mean, like, not
Well,
polished.
I disagree with that in the fact that he had a box cutter. He also had a knife, and he had a plan, and a box cutter and a gun, and he had a plan. And he knew, you were talking about his military training, he knew by getting them across that bridge and down that hill and on the other side of the creek that he was less likely to get
Yeah, but
caught.
there's no proof. Trust me, I
things-
agree with you. I agree with you on what you're saying, but there's no proof of that.
Yeah.
And in a sexually motivated crime, I studied this through FBI. Okay, so let's just say in a sexually motivated crime, someone who goes to that extent of planning, it might be his first go round, but I doubt it.
What about planning while he's on the trails other days? Like every time he's on the trails, he's just kind of fantasizing.
You know, this type of crime, you know, a lot of these killers will fantasize 1,000 times before they act out on it. I mean, this is someone who lives on a hamster wheel in their brain.
Yeah.
Now you see all the oddities of Richard Allen. John Kelly put out a really good profile about him, how he's kind of schizotypical, you know,
mama issues, maybe.
Oddball out. Please.
Well, my sources tell me that he was the quietest person that they've ever met, and they rode with him every day to school.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, quietest person. He said he didn't say one word.
And do you know why that probably is?
Yeah, because he's living in his head.
Exactly.
Yep.
He's acting on fantasies in his head.
Yep.
So
I agree with that.
The other thing I want to play devil's advocate on is, so back in the beginning, if you go look at the photographs, and we're talking about, I watched your other videos, 3 torturous hours of Perlmutter.
Oh,
on
yeah.
the stand.
What a joke.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
Oh, well, Fiend adores Perlmutter.
Please.
Well, it's confirmation bias.
Yeah, Fiend loves Perlmutter.
See, this is the sort of bullshit that you say that are complete lies.
Okay,
well, you said it. You said it in criminality. You said it in criminalities. You said it in criminalities live. You love her. You love everything.
I didn't say that, Sleuth. You're a liar, and you're making that up. And now
Fiend
you're
loves the
saying
Wolfpack.
now you're and Dan's a liar too. He's also just completely fabricating things.
Well, he's a Jew holding. He's a bear Jew holding an AR.
Instead of asking what I think or expecting to hear what I think, you're just going to.
I'm doing what you're doing, where you
wrong
right now.
assume someone's motives.
Okay, hold on. We'll get back to you.
I'm gonna put this out right now because I don't have much time. But
okay,
if you look at her testimony, it was conjecture. It was guesswork. She wanted to take her box and make everything that she was given fit into that box, regardless of the over 60 confessions that Richard Allen made.
Well, she didn't even know about the confessions.
Okay, but even when
because she had a box of cherries that were handed to her
about it, she still said she wouldn't change her opinion.
Yeah.
Well, she can't go against her opinion because she went on Crime Court TV and said that it was for sure a ritualistic killing. She goes against that, it's going to affect her business interests.
And she's a professional witness who's getting paid.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Professional state witness.
She's
professional witness in this case. She's getting paid a lot of money. She's not getting paid by. She's not getting paid by. I don't think she's a state witness in this case, is she?
Oh,
she is. She would.
Oh,
I thought she was working for the defense. Oh, fudge, man! I guess I was wrong. I didn't know McClelland hired Perlmutter. Jeez Louise, dang! I'm learning shit every day.
Nobody said McClelland hired her, but he's getting the best possible defense because everybody's entitled to a defense, which means a public defense, and the public defense is paid for by the taxpayer. So the taxpayers, ipso facto, are paying for this hack to be on the stand.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just.
Go ahead, Fiend.
I don't know why you guys want to make up shit.
Did the defense team not hire her?
No, they did in this case, but
Oh man, shit. She
Wh-
must be a
yeah. Why
she must be
are
a
you gonna
double
think
agent.
that's like a thing, dude? It's not a thing. You know, it's not a thing. That's a
The other
weird
thing
thing
I
to.
want to say
Does she get deposed and do expert functions for other defense teams that aren't the
Stop it.
state? Does she get
I'm
paid?
sure she has. Yeah.
Oh, that means she's a professional expert witness. That's
Yeah,
what I
they
just
literally
said.
asked her that, and she admitted to it on the stand.
Okay,
So this is not up
just
for
throw this
debate.
out there, guys, please.
Thank you. That's called cross-examination fee, and you lost. It's called getting
Can I throw this out
BTFO'd.
here?
How do you think any expert witnesses work, dude?
Well, the state's ones are the ones that work for the state
True
crime
crime, you're a
lab.
little
and
bit.
all
Your
that
mic's a
stuff.
little quiet.
So none of them. You think that none of
Can you hear
them
me now?
have ever like.
I mean, we can hear you, but it just sounds like everybody's a
little
little bit
muffled.
louder than you, so they might have
You
a.
well,
They might. It
you
might
well
be easier for
know.
them to
You
talk
well
over you.
know that
Hold up,
all
Fiend.
Can you hear me
expert
now?
witnesses
Fiend,
work
hold
this
up.
way.
Yeah, hold
All
on.
of
Hold
them
on a
work.
second.
Fiend, hold up.
Go ahead, True Crime, because I know your time is limited.
One thing I want to throw out there before I go, because I have work to do. One thing I want to throw out there before I go is, okay, perhaps there was onanism, ritualistic stuff out there. Does that mean it happened during the day of the crime? Could have been out there for a week. If you go back and look at the pictures of that they actually showed on the news, you can see oddball stuff going on with the wood out there. Now I know one person didn't do that in a matter of an hour or two. So whatever happened out there with the funky wood elements could have been out there for a week, could have been out there for a month. We don't know. As far as the sticks and branches, I didn't see anything that Perlmutter put out there that connected anything to Odinism.
Yeah, I thought it was funny that she was only able to explain what was going on with the sticks over Abby, which could be anything, 3 sticks crossed, but she couldn't explain anything that was going on with the tree as far as the blood symbol, and she couldn't explain what rune that was over Libby.
She's supposed to be an anthropologist, but she's going to ignore a handprint.
Nobody can explain it. Nobody can say what's on the tree, and nobody can say what's over Libby.
Except for the forensic examiner, he did a pretty good job, I think.
Oh yeah, except for those people.
It actually made sense. That's the only thing.
We're playing devil's advocate, though.
Yeah.
You bear.
Forensic exam can actually show if there's skin cells, blood, etc., on that handprint. Okay, so I'm going to go with forensic expert, and I'm going to leave it at that. You guys have a great night.
Thank you, True Crime Sages.
I would recommend looking at the what was it? Who was the blood spatter analyst? If you haven't read his testimony, it's really
I can't
good.
remember. I have it.
It's not Cicero, I don't think.
It is.
Who's the? It is Cicero.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see.
I thought it made sense. I literally thought about getting like an IV bag with saline and putting red food dye in it.
No, I did that.
Constant pressure to see.
No, I did that. I did those experiments with my
syrup.
members. I did all that, and we came to the determination that it was a left palm print. I did that months ago.
I'd heard that you had.
You already did.
I already did it.
I know I heard that, but I'd never seen it. Never seen it.
Well,
yep, already done.
Sleuth is a little bit deranged, so don't.
That's not deranged. That's literally using the scientific method. That is literally what a blood spatter analyst does for a living.
Yeah.
They go out and do that.
And I did it. And I did it with Steve from True Crime Web under his guidance.
Oh, I love
none of us are those things. That would be a silly thing.
You don't have
think.
to be. It's an amateur, but you can do the same things at home.
Yeah,
it's called
like
the
you don't do
scientific
anything on
method.
your own?
I think it's gonna go like this, and then you test it. If it matches, you do it again to replicate it, and then you have other people verify.
Do not do brain surgery on.
You don't have to do brain surgery. You can do science. You can go home and do chemistry reactions. Have you ever done vinegar and baking soda or made oobleck? That's scientific method too.
It's too risky.
I can't do general chemistry at home. You can do anything you want. You just
what
can't
about
hurt
potassium
people.
carbonate? You ever done anything with that?
No, is it more reactive? It should be more reactive than sodium.
You know exactly what it does.
Or you think of potassium chloride?
Chlorate.
Chlorate? Is that the heart-stopping drug?
It's the more explosive stuff.
Oh, okay.
Building bombs.
It's not bombs.
Why was I
You're the
thinking
bomb,
potassium permanganate?
Fiend, you're the bomb.
I am the bomb, but I'm
You
not.
are the
I'm
bomb.
not building bombs.
Hey,
But you are the bomb.
Nitric acid and
my audience how to build bombs.
Nitric acid and almost anything. Nitrogenate a lot of stuff and it goes boom boom. There's a secret for everybody. Don't play with nitric acid though; it's very dangerous.
Dan also trying to like disseminate bomb building instructions.
It's publicly available information.
It is
Read
publicly
Anarchist
available.
Cookbook, bruh.
Not even only that, the
illegal.
U.S. Army Improvised Munitions Handbook.
There
You can get it on Amazon.
Saul Alinsky's
Educational
Rules for
purposes only.
Radicals.
Well, whether you can or cannot do that, you probably I don't know if you're allowed to put it on YouTube.
It's America.
No, it's on
Actually,
there.
there's plenty of look at Fire and Explosions on YouTube. That's a good channel.
You
He's
just
Australian.
can't promote. Yeah, you just can't promote it. That's for official use only.
Yep.
I don't know, but you are trying to promote it. That's weird. They'll stop doing it.
Oh my God! Everything for you is like you
Triggering.
against the world or something.
No, I'm just saying, like, don't.
I'm a Second Amendment purist. If the military can have it, so should you.
Don't promote blatant misinformation and disinformation.
Yeah, but anybody that disagrees with you is blatant disinformation
don't
and
smoke,
misinformation
like,
and blah blah blah.
Hey, this guy that is hosting this panel has a Predator drone that he crowdsourced.
Stuff. I don't know why you two are trying to.
I did get a payload dropper
should
for it, if that means anything.
We should lie about everything.
I did
We
it,
should
and I
tell
mean that's
people how to build
accessible.
bombs.
They know that.
It's funny. Like it's not funny. It's not funny stuff.
Why is it not funny? Explosives
It's not
are
funny. No. Like you're trying to tell kids how to build bombs. It's not funny.
Kids, yeah,
I
we're
don't
talking
think
to
kids
kids
are
here.
watching this, and I bet the video is not recommended for children at all.
It's not.
Like my
It's
channel.
not.
Well, if that's how
It might
really
be
think that's
now
how the world
after
works,
they
man.
go through this and they realize how retarded it is. They might think it's for children.
Mhm. Because of Dan, because he's on there.
Yes, because I have a cuddly bear as my.
Yeah, exactly. It's misleading. With a machine gun that fires.
I don't see a select
15
fire
rounds
switch.
a
It could be
second.
an AR. That could be an AR-15 and not an M16.
No, that's 15 rounds a second. It's a machine gun.
Those are school children aged.
I'm pretty sure that's a
seeking
laser.
rounds.
That's a laser attack weapon on the top there.
I got to make it even cuter. My Ninja Turtle Jew Bear. The purple Ninja Turtle Jew Bear.
Yeah, Fiend, my only question is, when are you going to come to the middle? Like,
I am in the middle.
No, you're not. You're way over. Like, you're very radical.
Do you want to know why I'm slightly?
I do. You're not slightly.
I'm not way.
You're not slightly.
Because the defense side is more fun to talk about. Because if he's guilty, he's guilty.
Are you here for the underdog? Like, are you? Is this a personality thing? Well, I just want to understand. Like, are you feeling like you got to be a hero for Richard Allen? Like, what is it?
No,
like,
absolutely not.
Skillet
No,
song about that.
Hey, I would tell you. You know what? You know what I probably think about Richard Allen? I probably hate that guy. That's
no, you don't. Because you don't know him. He could be innocent.
I do.
So why would you say that?
I know enough.
Profess your love right now.
Hey, because I actually have done research, and you know what? I probably wouldn't like the guy. How do you know that? What research could you have done to make that determination? You don't know anything about the guy. No, I do because I've looked. Right. I've looked.
Tell me 5 things about him that you know.
I'm not going to.
He makes a hell of a crime scene.
Here, I'll tell you 5 things. I know that he likes to play pool. I know that he has a daughter. I know that he's married. I know that he lives in Delphi. Well, that's 4 things. I know 4 things about Richard. And he's in the military.
He owns
5 things.
10 years.
A Sig Sauer P226.
Oh, it's 6 things. And he has a firearm. And 7. And he frequented the Delphi.
That's not a lot to make a determination off something.
It's not. So why are you so pro Richard Allen?
I said the exact opposite. I said that I was like probably anti Richard Allen. Like I'm not a fan of the guy. Probably.
See.
Probably.
Right at the end.
Hey, because I don't like the reality is, yeah, I don't know.
You put yourself in his shoes.
Fiend,
Like, what is
can we
it?
crowdsource
If it was you,
going
would
to
you?
law
Well, hold on,
schools?
hold on.
I
Corey.
have
I'm gonna get to the
I have a
bottom of
feeling that I would get along with Richard Allen very fine, like in a normal context, and I probably
Well, are you
wouldn't.
putting? Let me ask
I
you this.
probably wouldn't agree with him politically based on his.
Oh, he's a
Okay,
Trumper.
but are
based
you
on
putting
his
yourself in
decision,
his position? Are you saying like, hey, if
based
this
on his
was me,
decision.
what would I want? Is that what's going on? I'm just trying to figure this out.
No, I'm just going from a completely factual like point of view of like.
So you don't think they have
What
any
facts?
evidence against him?
Wait, what facts?
I mean,
Because
I know that there is not any evidence that I'm aware of that is convincing or compelling.
there's not any evidence on the other side either. There's only motions by the defense team and people
Well, that's
sleuthing
not how
Facebook
that's not how
profiles.
anything works, Dan.
Right, but
That's
you
not
can't
how
have it
anything
both
works.
ways.
That's
You
not
can't
how it
say
works.
one
It's
thing's
how
not
it works,
one way.
Dan. That's
No,
not
it
how
is.
it works.
You like the
They don't have
defense
to prove that
information
he's
better than
innocent.
the
They
other
have to prove that
side.
he's
Yep,
guilty.
that's the point that I'm making. Is
Fiend, I'm saying that
you're
it's
leaning
all
one way.
nonsense. If you want to go
Yeah.
the way you're saying,
It is all nonsense, right?
It isn't
That's why we have the
nonsense
court of
because
law.
where is the evidence that
where's any of the
implicates him?
evidence, Fiend?
Well, the evidence is the
Exactly.
timeline.
Exactly, Dan. Where's any of the
No,
evidence?
any of it on either
Dan.
side.
You've
Where's
nailed
the
it.
Brad
Where's any
Holder
of the
killed
evidence?
somebody,
Where's
or the
the evidence?
Vinlanders did it, or they're in
No,
the
but
discovery
we're not.
files.
This isn't about trying
It's
to
in the
solve
crime
the case
lab,
because
the evidence
that's what you
locker,
try to
and
make it about. You try to
what?
pretend that like anybody else that has something else, they've solved it instead.
No, I don't think anybody
That's not
solved it on
that's
the
not how it
internet.
works. That's not how
You
it
know,
works.
I don't think anyone solved it on the internet.
It's not how it works. Where is the evidence that implicates Richard Allen? Where is it? And what is it?
It's in the crime evidence locker and the
But
discovery.
it's not.
That's
dude.
where you would think it will be.
It could be.
Stop
but like,
listening to Michael Osbrook
there
and
could
just
be
wait.
leprechauns.
Yeah,
there could
just
be leprechauns
wait.
in that evidence
This
locker.
this
dude.
is the
But,
this is the only
are
hey, this
there?
is the only
Probably
problem
not.
with what you're saying. Wait 18 days. Give it another 3 to 5 days for when the trial actually starts.
Why do you think that you're going to see that?
And then
stuff?
you'll see.
Why?
You'll see something. You will see the evidence they have. That's what you will see. You can't just speculate at that point.
Dan, we can't get this close to a trial without there being any insinuation of what type of evidence is going to
I
be
think they
brought
have
into
insinuated it at
case.
that 3-day hearing
We
we just had. That's the closest thing we've ever gotten.
So narrowing it down to that, what is it?
Read those motions. If you don't like them, you don't
read
like
all
them.
the motions. You were the
Right.
one not
So there's
reading
no
the
evidence.
motions.
So there's
Sleuth
no
is the one not
evidence.
reading the motions.
So there's no
Read the
evidence that
motions.
he was there. Well, then he's gonna walk. So you got
Being
nothing.
there,
what are you arguing?
being there is a far cry
Fiend.
from committing a
What are you arguing about? He's gonna walk. If let's do logic and rationality. If what you say is true, he's going to walk out of there with flowers and a red carpet. Like that's what I've said it a bunch of times. If what all you guys say is true,
Dan, you're a silly person.
You can't convict some if they walk in there and go, "Well, we ain't got nothing. He said he was there, and that's all they got." He's gonna walk.
Dan,
like, Jesus,
are you not familiar with all American history and like?
We don't
You don't need to
convict
be
people
familiar
on
with
that.
all of that. Yeah.
Kyle Rittenhouse shot
you don't even
3
have,
people and he got out.
Like,
he won.
Just for
And
once,
the
I would
FBI
like you
was-
to play devil. What? Let's Fiend. Just play devil's advocate here for a minute, like with the timeline and Richard.
the
with
timeline
the bullet.
is worthless to me. It's
Why?
bad. So
How?
If anything, I think the timeline.
It's Richard Allen's timeline.
Works against implicating Richard Allen.
His timeline.
All of the.
I'll buy him a beer when he gets out, since there's no evidence that he murdered them. I'll buy him a beer. I will buy him a beer.
Dan, you're being ridiculous because
no, I'm going off of what you said. There's no evidence. He will win.
I would buy him a beer too.
Juries have convicted people with no evidence.
Not much recently. No,
lots. You're wrong, Dan. Lots of juries do convict people
with nothing. With nothing.
Yes.
Where? No evidence presented. They just the state just goes.
People that are exonerated and all those people.
That's not no evidence. There was
evidence
some
against
evidence.
Well, hold on. There's a super chat here. It says,
that's a weird
Phoenix,
thing
do you
as
know how
improper.
trials work? Why would you say there is no evidence?
Even the ones that are exonerated had some evidence. There's some connection or
It
something.
might not be
that led
good
them to
evidence,
that.
but I mean, it's evidence.
Yeah. But Fiend says there's
But I'm
none,
saying,
so he's
what do you
going to
think
walk.
the
Are you
evidence
guys
is?
ready for the hog on the spit and the party when he gets out? Because I'm ready for it. If that's
I'm
the
ready
case.
for it if that's the
Man,
case, for sure.
You're so rude.
It's not
No,
rude.
I'm
Like,
being
that's
cunty.
real.
I'm being cunty. I'm being
I
facetious.
don't know what's wrong with Dan. I mean, I do.
I'm
but,
facetious.
I don't want to say it like out loud.
I'm
but,
being
like,
facetious. That's what's wrong.
There's a lot wrong with Dan, and then he says these things, and
Yeah.
and they're very ridiculous things to say.
No, because I'm taking it and I'm taking what you say and exaggerating it to the umpteenth degree, the nth degree, if you will, if you're a math head. Like,
yeah, but there's a lot of stupid people that watch.
No, but
this
that's
channel,
but that's
and
hey,
then
but
they,
that's
and
how
then,
you.
then
But
they
that's
believe what you're saying.
But that's no. When this is what I tell you guys when you all talk, play out what you're saying. You're saying there's no evidence. Play that out all the way to the end. He walks. If you say there's no evidence, then he walks.
That means
That's
there's
what
no
I'm saying.
probable cause for him to even be
Dan, that
detained.
isn't what that means. Why, like, I don't
No,
understand
you're saying
how
you
brain dead you have to be
hey,
to understand
rephrase what you're
that's not
saying and
how-
say it correctly.
that's
You
not how
don't
That's a
believe.
personal Fiend.
You're
That's a
saying
personal
show
attack.
that's fine.
it's,
You're
it's very
but you're
easy
not
to show a
saying
jury no
hey,
evidence.
But you're
and
doing the
somebody
same
does-
thing, and the whole reason I'm mocking you because there's not no evidence. You think the evidence isn't strong enough to convict him, but you're saying there's no evidence. I'm
Tell
mocking
me what
you.
the evidence is. Tell me what the evidence
I don't
is.
know. We're gonna find out in 18
No,
days.
hold on. I'll tell you what the evidence is.
The answer you give
hold on.
immediately is, I
Hold
don't
on.
know. I
I'll
don't
tell
know.
you.
Neither do you.
I don't know.
Neither do you. That's the whole
Dan,
point. It's
Dan,
stupid to have these conversations.
You realize how close we are to the trial?
Oh my God, they've
to
hidden
say,
everything.
I don't know what evidence they're gonna present. Like, we would know what evidence they're gonna present.
They don't have to disclose it.
They no that.
Yeah, but they don't have
the
to.
prosecution
They don't
disclose it.
have
definitely
to,
doesn't
but
have to.
would they? Yeah, that's how
We can
filings
extrapolate
work. This is how
and we can interpolate and extrapolate from the shit that the defense leaves out of their motion what they have.
Dan,
Whatever the defense is attacking.
I know that you monitor
Oh my God,
some true crime and
a lot of true crime, buddy.
Pre-trial stuff.
I watch a lot of
is
trials.
Going to identify what
they haven't had any pre-trial stuff.
Trial.
See, this is where we don't disagree. They have not had the pre-trial motions I think would be necessary for this trial to go forward. They're probably going to be doing it before the trial every day.
If you're thinking that's going to, so hey, maybe you're on my side because I'm not convinced.
I'm not on your side. I think the difference we have is I think he's probably guilty, but I'm nobody, dude. You know that.
Well, I
you come at the other side, you think he's not guilty.
I definitely know that you're nobody. I know that for sure.
Oh, that's not nice.
I'm rubber and you're glue.
That's not nice, Fiend.
That's okay.
I'm not gonna be nice.
I'm gonna swallow my feet.
I'm not gonna be nice to Dan.
Well,
look at my cute avatar. How can you be so hurtful?
Yeah,
I hate
because well, whenever you disagree and you go to personal attacks, that kind of proves that you're kind of wrong. Yeah, ad hominem attacks.
It's okay.
Don't resort to that.
The master debater.
So we end at the same place that we always end. That there's no evidence against Richard Allen, but there's
plenty of evidence against Richard Allen.
We've not seen it. We've heard about it.
Let's imagine what.
Yeah, we've heard about it.
You heard about it, but you're listening to deranged people.
That's your
I get
opinion.
all of my information
that's
from
not
Turbo Time.
You think I'm deranged, Veen? So
no, I'm not saying you're deranged. I'm
got another.
You said that like four. You said that like 4 times tonight.
Yeah, you got another super chat up there.
Well, Fiend, let me ask you this. Okay, you have Richard Allen. Do you think he looks like the bridge guy?
I don't think the bridge guy looks like anybody.
No, I mean, honestly, let me ask you this. Does he fit that description? I'm not saying that he looks exactly like him, but do you think he kind of
I think the bridge guy look
it's a yes or no. I mean, don't give me this whole long spiel. Yes or no. Yes or no.
I'm not exactly.
No. I just want a yes or no. Does he look like the bridge guy? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Did he admit that he was there during the time of the kidnappings?
I don't know.
You don't know, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
Does the prosecution think that he was there?
No, hold on.
Well, I also don't know, and I don't think so.
All right. Now, if they can prove that the bullet was cycled through his gun, would you buy that? In a court of law.
I would actually weigh that pretty heavily.
Okay. So you think
if it could be proven? Yes.
So would that be a nexus to the crime scene?
Of course, yes.
Okay, so then that would make him guilty, right?
Just because you did it doesn't mean you're guilty.
Oh, I mean, you're gonna have to backtrack and go through the.
No, just answer the question. If they can prove that the bullet was cycled through his gun, is he involved in the crime? Yes or no? Don't give me any of this. Just yes or no. You can say no.
I don't know.
You can say no.
There was a 2-year period where he did not.
No. We're not talking about any speculation, this or that. They found
no, it's
the
not
bullet.
Speculation.
Stay focused here. Hold on. Stay focused here. No.
The gun was manufactured.
Don't make it into something that it's not. Okay.
2001.
Don't make it into something that it's
not. There was a 2-year
not.
period where Richard Allen did not own this gun.
I appreciate what you're doing, Sleuth. You're setting a level play field, and it's nice.
So I'm saying my answer is
You're not a realist, and I'm seeing that now.
No, I'm saying if it's recent and it was cycled through his gun, I'd weigh that very.
Let's say it's not recent.
What do you mean? It's not recent. If you think that if the bullet was sitting there for 20 years, that he's the guy.
You think that there's a chance that they found a bullet that belonged to Richard Allen 20 years later and he's on the trail that day? See, you're the one that's ridiculous.
It wouldn't belong to him. It would have been cycled through his gun, but it didn't belong to him.
Okay. See, you like to call everybody ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're being ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Yeah, that's what you like to say. Ridiculous. But right now, you're being ridiculous.
This is in-kind ridiculousness. You say something ridiculous, I'll say something ridiculous back.
I just wanted you to be honest for a second, and I don't think you can do it.
What am I not being honest about?
Can I finish my sentence?
You did.
Okay, if they can prove that bullet came from Richard Allen's gun and it wasn't 20 years old with corrosion, they can tell that it was a newly expelled bullet, and they can prove that it came from his gun. Do you think that proves his guilt? I'm not saying that they can. I'm just saying if they could.
Right. No. I would weigh that very heavily, yes.
I'm not asking you to weigh it heavily.
No, I'm saying
yes or no.
I think no.
his guilt, but not to the exclusion of anybody else's guilt. Yes, I think.
Thank you. And that's why he's in prison right now, and that's why he's going to go down for murder.
I think it would be fun to listen to you two both. You two should both take the devil's advocate position.
Why do you want to get? Why are you okay with other people getting away with this murder?
How do you equate what I just said to that?
I don't know. That's out of left field. That's the goalpost shifting.
Why does that mean he's the murderer?
Wait.
What?
Bear, shut up with that shit.
Sorry.
Because I know that too well. Say that again, Fiend, without this fucking guy being hilarious. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I was totally distracted.
I mean, I don't think it's funny that other people could be involved with this murder.
Well, you're convinced though, without proof.
Proving Richard Allen.
So you're acting triggered about something.
Are you saying other people did it or other people were involved?
Shut up,
or both?
Dan.
No, because I'm trying to frame the question that you asked.
You're a punk teddy bear.
I know, but I'm saying.
White Knight.
Are you saying?
And how does a ninja bear have a turtle shell?
I typed into Twitter in the
even if you
Grok
prove
thing.
Richard Allen is like involved
Purple
in the crime,
Israeli flag.
it doesn't
Teenage Mutant
prove
Ninja
that
Turtle
nobody
bear.
else is involved in the crime.
I've never seen a turtle bear.
Sorry,
that's not an okay place
it's a
to
costume
be.
on my bear.
Oh, okay.
Where's the justice? Where are we trying to prove anybody that's involved in this crime is involved in the crime and they need to be held accountable?
Do you think that other people are involved with him, or do you think it's a totally different third party? Because that's what I was trying to get you to frame I want you to frame what you're asking.
You're like completely.
No, I'm trying to get you to frame what you're asking, dude. That's it. Relax.
I'm skeptical that this is a single party crime.
So if you're asking with Richard Allen, are you saying
skeptical that Richard Allen is involved in it?
So you're skeptical all the way around. Oh Jesus, I don't know. Nobody wants anyone to walk free from this thing at all. I don't think anybody wants. I don't think any person that talks about this.
But nobody
case
wants
at
an
all
innocent person to go to prison for it either.
No, lots of people do want that.
That's not true. The fact that you say that, you're being ridiculous.
No, they don't want an innocent person to go to jail. They want to hang somebody for the crime.
Sleuth, let's do a logical,
Yeah. Well, for once, let's do that. Yeah.
If this, then that. That's my
who wants an innocent person to go to prison for this crime?
Nobody does. Nobody.
No. Stop.
Who?
Think about it. Think about it. Stop and think about it for a second. Who wants an innocent person to go to prison for this crime?
Actor?
Nobody does.
Not nobody. You're wrong.
Are you
You're
saying?
wrong again, Sleuth.
Who wants an innocent person?
No, hey, Dan, shut up.
Does?
Don't help him. Dan, shut up and don't help him. Sleuth, try again. Who wants an innocent person to go to prison?
I don't know of anyone.
Who? Dan, shut up.
You got me. You got me. Who?
Who would want an innocent person to go to prison?
I don't know. The Freemasons?
The Jews?
No. Are you guys fucking stupid or something?
I don't get it. Is this a trick question?
No, the killer would want an innocent person.
There you go. Okay. I didn't know you were going that way. I got you. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah, the killer. Yeah.
The killer
real
would want an
killer.
innocent person.
The real killer.
Mike Tyson.
Right?
Yeah, that motherfucker.
I swear to God.
Not the guy that was on the trails.
It's not that complicated. Why do you think it's why? How are you have such a hard time dealing with logic? It's bad.
Well, that's not logic. We just didn't know where
bad.
you were going with the question. We didn't know where you were going with the question.
Dean, you don't deal in logic at all, bro. That's not your thing at all. There was a time we had an argument where you didn't even agree that Richard Allen was at the trails that day.
If you get him going real hard, he'll tell you he doesn't even know if the girls are dead.
It's not in the tip, bro. That's the truth. That's what's on paper.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Logic is not your thing.
No, that's not logic. That's what.
No, I don't think you know what logic is.
Documented. What about the tip says that he was there that day? Tell me.
So that's the whole premise of the crime is that one tip that you're referring to right now?
The tip narrative?
The tip narrative, yeah.
There you go.
What part of that says he was there that day?
Didn't he say it? That he was on the bridge at a certain time?
You're wrong, Dan.
Hold on. Okay. Forget the tip narrative. Didn't he get interviewed and reaffirm that?
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the tip narrative.
You don't want to talk about that part, which is logical.
No, I mean
you gotta exclude things that don't prove that he's innocent.
That's the shit I'm talking about.
That's how you do it.
Whether an interview that happens.
That's how you're illogical.
Fiend, could you imagine if courts actually work the way you're talking right now?
Yeah,
anything that goes against you, you just remove it from the playing field. No one would ever go to prison ever. Everyone's not guilty.
Oh, that might be a good thing. It's better to let 100 guilty men go free than one innocent man go to prison.
It's better to never convict anyone.
Hey, clip that, Sleuth, and you should just say that because it is true.
Yeah, but your inability to accept evidence is
No, I had
Astonishing.
him qualify this on the show once, and there is no proving it to him unless there's footage,
And I don't get it.
DNA, fingerprints, witnesses, and they have to be credible witnesses. I don't remember the rest of it. There was a lot of things, and I
Yeah.
said there's virtually no one would ever be in prison if it required an Apple Watch with the time of death, with the
Well,
heart stopping,
according to
and his
McClelland,
Apple Watch being linked to it at the same time, and his heart rate increasing, and
Yeah,
all
Dan,
like.
Dan, you're making up stuff up as
No, I'm
far as
exaggerating
what
again.
what would convince me.
well, let's
Because
talk
I
about
think everyone in the
Perlmutter.
chat knows that I'm
you
teasing
know, no,
you, and so do you.
you're making everything up, and like it's a pretty low bar that would convince me.
Hey, Deb's True Crime. What's up?
What
Hey,
would
if anybody wants to call in,
like,
hit that link.
That's what people don't want to believe. They want to believe the lies that y'all tell, and say like, "Oh, he wouldn't believe it. He wouldn't believe anything." No, it's actually a pretty low bar where I would believe it, and in most cases, the state's hey, the odds are always
Jason,
in the state's favor. Like,
you son of a bitch, Jason. Oh my god, that's horrible. The thing is, Fiend, there's plenty of evidence against Richard Allen, but you don't ever go towards that. Like, you don't play both sides. You're only on one side.
go on, sleuth. Like,
No, that's all I'm saying. I like to play devil's advocate.
No, that's a cool thing to like say, but like you don't have anything to back
It's
it
not
up.
cool, man. I'm just saying, like, you've never
But
once
you don't
said
have
like,
anything to back it up because it's a lie.
Wait, guys! I asked this earlier.
That's not reality.
It's not
Let's
a lie.
see. Can
It
you
is
guys
a lie.
both?
You're
Can
lying
you guys
about me.
both
Why
have
are
the
you
same?
lying about me?
Can you guys have the?
Okay,
you're
well,
calling
prove
him a
me
liar
wrong.
again.
Well,
Can
hold
you
on.
have the
Hold
same
on.
conversation from the
prove you wrong.
devil's advocates
Hold on,
on the
Bear.
same
I want to
position?
hear Fiend's explanation of how Richard Allen is guilty. Let's go down that road.
I would love to hear that.
Of how he's guilty.
If you
let's hear
take
it.
the devil's advocate, and then Sleuth can take your position.
Yeah.
I mean,
him being innocent.
I have not
Convict him.
I have not.
You're
seen
Nick
any-
McClelland.
I have not seen any information or evidence that implicates Richard
So you can't do
Allen.
it.
You can't do it because you're
That's why
incapable
you
of
can't.
doing
That's
it.
why you because you don't
You're
listen to the
biased.
information. Yes, you
You
don't
are a
listen to the
biased person.
information contrary to your own position.
You asked me to answer this question, like
And you
I
couldn't.
asked you to take the devil's advocate position because none of the people that you guys on the other side
And I have.
convicted
I'm
of it have any
trying to, but
Plenty
you
of
keep
time.
interrupting me and,
I've
and
talked to
making
my
up
audience,
stuff.
and I've said they don't talk about the DNA. Don't bring up the confessions because confessions are a really touchy subject. They're out of context, and they're going to have to prove that the bullet came from his gun if they're going to prove that he's a guilty person, and they're going to have to prove the timeline. Okay, so what is let me hear you take that stance that Richard Allen is guilty and tell me why you think that they could prove that he's guilty.
I'll give you the tip. I'll give you the tip that I gave to
I don't want your tip.
Yeah,
he wants the
shaft. I'm gonna give you the tip, and so the FBI had the Abby and Libby tip line call me about my tip, and they said, "So I've got her here. You got information.
Welcome
about
in,
Brad
Miranda.
Holder. I hear you got information about Brad Holder."
Well, hello, lovely.
Hi,
Okay.
how are you guys?
That's what they said.
Okay.
I just
wait, hold on, Miranda.
Then they
let him
interrupt me immediately.
Yeah. Okay. Brad Holder said what? That he had information on Brad Holder. Continue.
I'm saying that they called me and said, "Hey, I hear you have got information on Brad Holder." I didn't volunteer this information. They called me trying to get this information about Brad Holder.
About his Facebook?
Well, I think it's deeper than that. Well, and you're way behind because you didn't even believe Richard Allen was in the military for 10 years. So, like, how far behind are
It's not about believing, it's about proving.
It's been proven, dude.
Well, now it has, right?
Brad Holder did it?
No, it was always proven to me, and you only ever had to ask me. I've been talking to you for 3 years, dude.
And I just did, didn't I, today? And we cleared it up.
Oh, but
There you
only
go.
just now. But you could have asked me any
just
time
now.
before now.
But he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't because he wants to lie about it instead.
Would you like to cry on the teddy bear's shoulder right now?
Okay. Well, we're gonna stop.
That's
Well,
a
since
question.
you're gonna get triggered, let's go ahead. Miranda, what's going on? What's on your mind?
Hey,
Give
I
it up.
just wanted to say something. One thing that I really don't like are people who bash the families, and there's one person that's been in your chat that has been saying some things about
Who?
one of
I'll
the
block them
family
right now.
members.
I'll block them right now. Say their name.
Well, I don't want to say the name
No,
because
say it. Say it out loud, and they're gone.
Put it in the private DM thing.
Yeah, put it in the private chat, and I'll block them right now. I don't
Yeah.
give a shit who they are.
Okay.
Yep. That's why we have that.
We don't tolerate that around here.
They're a troll.
I can't believe it's Duchess. That's shocking.
Here, look.
But don't ever take sides with anyone against the family again.
That's
Anyway,
that's not who he's. I don't think that's who you think that is.
Well, I understand they're a troll.
Are they in this chat right now?
Not the real
Yeah,
one,
but that's
but
not.
a troll.
Yeah. Well, what's the? I need the name.
I know who the troll. Yeah, they did. That's the name of it.
Yeah. What's the
I
name?
think that person is. I think that person is making fun of Michael Osbrook, not making fun of the families. It's called parody.
Go
It
ahead,
is,
Miranda.
you know what though, Dan? There's a lot of people in the chat that don't understand that it's a parody and the way that it was written more than once. And we asked that person to
I
stop
don't like
saying
parodies
that.
either. Like, I've unblocked Delphi dummies because for certain reasons, but I don't like that people make fun of the Delphi murders and things like that, and that's why I blocked these parody channels and things like that. But I did recently unblock Delphi dummies, but I get what you're saying, and I don't like it. I don't like
And the
people
way
make
that it
fun
was
of it.
said, it used one of the family members by name and it said that they were involved. Now, just your Joe Schmo reading that in the chat is going to read that and think,
But
what?
who was putting that? I haven't seen it. Haven't been keeping up.
That's
If
what
I've
she
seen
said.
anybody
It said
say
Osbrook
that,
account.
Yeah, it was.
I haven't
it was,
seen an Oz.
I
Where
agree
is
with
it?
Sleuth. I think
It's a parody account.
Parody accounts are kind of like cringe.
it is a troll account. That's what I'm telling you.
I don't see it. Mods, if you see it, what is it? An Osbrook account?
Yeah, it says Michael Osbrook.
Yeah,
and
if
it
you
has
guys see a Michael Osbrook account, block it. Even if it's the real motherfucker, because fuck him.
it's not. It's just a
Michael
parody account.
Osbrook is actually a
which
very
is,
nice
you know what?
gentleman and fights for the rights of
Okay, Fiend.
people.
That guy.
Like,
you
okay.
get that dude, fucking Asbrook. Oh my god.
Well, anyway,
The point
that I was trying to make is I understand parody, but when you're in a chat with 100 and some people,
Yeah,
and
135 right now.
some
shout out,
people
hit the like.
are going to read that and they're not going to understand that it's a joke, and they're going to say,
Yeah.
"What? That person was involved." And there's enough people in this chat from both sides of the fence that it could just get out of control. And you know what? If that person gets upset because I called them out, there's jokes and there's certain things you shouldn't joke about. I've had this conversation with Dan actually, and the families being involved is one thing you should not joke about
I
or
agree with that.
parody. So that's just me on my soapbox.
No, I agree with
I
you.
appreciate you guys letting me come up here. It's been fun. So hi Dan, hi Fiend, and hello.
Well, hello,
Sleuth.
dear. You know I love
Welcome
you,
on, Miranda Lee.
Okay, you guys have a good night.
Thank you for that.
too.
And once again,
But don't ever take sides with anyone against the family again.
All right, take care.
good night.
Bye.
Go ahead, Fiend. Tell me how good Osbrook is and how much you adore him.
We lose Otto.
I mean, that's not what I was saying.
Ass dudes. He loves green nose jeans, dude.
What's that?
I thought he was gonna prove Green Nose the killer. Oh, fucking Osbrook. Oh my god.
Dan, you're living in fantasy
The fact
world.
that guy
Like,
has
Dan,
the guy that
Dan,
has a
Dan,
law
Dan,
that guy
I'm
that
more
has a
concerned.
law
I'm
degree.
more concerned about Dan than I am about Sleuth. Dan's
Oh,
just living in
Osbrook is
total weird world.
delusional. He's delusional.
Yeah, I agree though. I agree with that.
It's
Well,
true.
I mean,
I've spoken to him a
more than
lot.
that, Dan is delusional, and then also Sleuth is delusional.
Oh yeah, he's so meanies.
I might be.
Sorry, do we need to get DB to back
See,
you
I'm
up?
I'm the one guy that's okay with accepting that that's a possibility. You see that? Like I'm a very open-minded person.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, I don't think you have to be very open to believe that Dan is delusional. He's very delusional.
That's
Well,
right.
you called me delusional too.
Yes, and you should be open to that as well.
Yeah.
And you and I are friends, Fiend. What does that say about you?
Maybe he's just glad that you think that.
You keeping your enemies close, Fiend?
Yeah.
Are you
Some
doing the
people
art
do
of
that.
war on me?
Yeah, might be the art of war.
Oh,
Well, I mean, I've actually read books, so.
So have I.
I don't read books.
Don't lie.
I can hardly read, so.
Fuck does that mean?
I believe that, Sleuth.
No, it's the truth.
I believe that.
I don't try to act like some kind of smart guy when I'm not.
I mean, obviously,
especially in a world full of geniuses.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
if I want to give you the benefit of the doubt,
Was your heritage? Have you read the Mahabharata? Fiend, have you read the Mahabharata? Here's a question for you, Fiend. Since you want to insult somebody's intelligence, with your heritage, have you read the Mahabharata?
Probably read parts of it.
No, I don't think so. You'd know. Bhagavad Gita, which is a section of the
Bhagavad
Mahabharata.
Gita, yes, I have read that.
Have you read that?
I have read that. So maybe that's one I have on you, Fiend.
Hey, maybe. Yeah. What are you guys
talking about? And that's your heritage. It's freaking. It's your heritage.
Is that what you're talking about?
No. It's Hinduist text. Jesus God.
Why do you think that I've got a Hindu like heritage?
Well, I won't dox you, but I thought you were black.
Mm-hmm. Well,
you're my Black Dale Earnhardt Jr.
I'm a Christian. Going back.
I didn't say that. I'm saying your heritage.
You know anything about Robert Oppenheimer?
Yeah, and I'm British, so like what?
Fiend?
That's also.
You know anything about Robert Oppenheimer?
I did not watch the movie. No.
Why would you watch a movie? It's the Manhattan Project. He was the.
Well, he quotes the book. He says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds."
Vishnu, when he's speaking to Krishna, that's from the. He actually learned Sanskrit to read that. I didn't take the time to learn Sanskrit. I read the translation.
Yeah, so did I.
Thanks for telling me I don't know how to read, though.
I'm not a complete idiot.
I drive a truck, but I'm not a dum-dum.
I am, but I don't. You know, I think people
agree to disagree. We'll just leave it at that.
You might not like my opinions, but I'm not unintelligent. And neither is Sleuth.
We'll agree.
Do I have to whip out my IQ test and send it to you with a picture of my phallus?
Yep. No, don't
okay.
do that. Don't do that.
I'll put my phallus right on top of the results from my IQ test.
I think we all have strengths and we all have weaknesses.
Nobody.
Do I have to go around and be an elitist and wear my Mensa pin on all my podcasts?
Oh, please don't. Because you will be a Mensa.
I can do that if you want.
Do you know what Mensa means in Spanish?
No. Is it like Cholito or Joto, as Fiend likes to be called?
It's not relevant because Dan is definitely not Mensa or anything close to it.
Yeah, actually I am, but thank you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Okay.
Just means someone who is crazy or stupid.
I'm glad that you can assume somebody's thing. I hate that ad hominem attack. Like I don't go around fucking flaunting that shit.
Yeah, and we all have.
What are you flaunting?
It's all about what you do in like the real world. Like what can you produce?
Yeah, I drive
in
a
real
freaking
world
semi.
Experiences.
Man, it's not about what you do.
Can't all have a big.
It's about who you are and.
Because I like comedy and slapstick sophomoric humor, I'm stupid.
Yes, you're very close. You're very close. You're very close on this.
Immature
You're
humor
so
doesn't make
close.
one stupid. It just means they like what they like. I could just not
No,
like humor, and I could be
I
like
think you're
you.
really close here.
I
Keep
could
going.
I
Keep
could
going. You
be
gotta
a
keep
male.
going.
I could be a fake male feminist that tells female guests on the show to shut up.
Yeah, that
I
was
could do
pretty
that.
upsetting. And I didn't say anything about that. I let them stick
You
up
know
for
how
themselves.
I was telling Dan to shut up.
No, you told her to shut up too.
Yeah, you
That's
told
why I said quit being
you told
misogynist.
Julia to shut up.
Yes.
And she's very
She's
nice.
being rude, and she was also
She's
wrong.
never
Right, but
she's
she's a
never
woman.
rude. She's just telling you
She
things that
was,
you didn't
but
want
she
to
was
hear.
wrong, and
Because
was
she
she
disagreed
might have
with
been
you.
wrong. She might have been
false.
wrong, but she wasn't rude.
She disagreed with you, which
Yeah.
is rude.
No,
apparently.
it's not. No,
And that's how you treat me when you disagree with me. You become
Yes.
very rude.
because
Look
things
at your argument
because
with
some
Big
things
Fish,
are
dude.
fact or false.
Yeah, but
and
that doesn't
when
mean you
And if
become
they don't line
rude
up with your
and
opinion, you don't
yeah.
consider them fact either, Fiend. Like
I'm not
that's
going
everyone.
to weigh. I'm not going to weigh
Everyone knows
blatant
that
lies
around the
as.
YouTube
See,
sphere.
this is the problem with the two of you is that you weigh
The
blatant
two
lies
youths?
as equal to
The two what?
And you don't.
absolute truth.
And you don't, because I thought you were
I
championing
don't.
the Vinlanders and
Yes,
all that.
right, Dan.
Still,
I
Brad
don't.
Holder, you
I
still
don't
think he
weigh
murdered
blatant
Patrick
lies
Westfall.
as the equal to.
You
Yeah,
connected
you
the
called
wolf
Patrick
pack.
Westfall a terrorist.
Yes, and
He's a terrorist. Hey,
he's in a hate group.
wrong.
Or was in a hate group.
Exactly, Sleuth. Keep that. There you go. That's a fact.
But he's
How
not
is
a
he a
terrorist. He was
terrorist?
in a group that was considered a
Yeah,
terror group.
he's
and a
in a
hate group.
domestic terrorist group. Yes, Dan. Right.
But he's not a terrorist.
Right. He's in a domestic terrorist group.
Yeah. I think he even said that. He was a ranked member of it. Oh, and Sleuth, I wanted to thank you for doing your interviews with.
Sleuth gets quiet because Dan.
I wanted to thank. Hold up, Fiend. And you
let's
should
welcome
too.
back True Crime Sages.
I
But
wanted
we'll
to
let you finish.
thank. I just wanted to thank you, Sleuth, for your interviews with him because there was a somebody else tried to do the interview and they didn't quite, I guess, understand what was just said, and it was really weird and uncomfortable. And I appreciate how you conducted your interview.
Yeah, it was non-biased, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, and you called him out on that stuff. Yeah,
it was
no,
tough.
I'm saying thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Because I watched somebody apologize that people said that about the terror group, and I'm like, that's really fucking weird.
Yeah, I'm not apologetic about that. I called him out on his involvement in that shit.
Yep.
Hey guys.
Hey, welcome
What's
back,
up,
True
Delphi
Crime
Dummies?
Sages.
Hey, can I settle this argument between you guys?
It'll
you
never
can.
be settled, but yes.
Okay.
You can try.
In every investigation, you generally start out with your list of suspects, and you go through them one at a time until you get down to the last one, and you have to prove that that person is not involved. You focus on trying to prove that they're not the killer, and that's how they come to the final reach of, okay, who can we not discount? So in every investigation, if you guys ask yourselves, how can I prove this isn't the guy?
Well,
So
like Brad Holder, they can't do that.
Okay.
They refuse to accept any information about him that eliminates him.
Okay. Yeah. So if there is information, it will come out at trial. Obviously, they've charged Richard Allen for a reason. However, that said, I want to get into some specifics about Richard Allen that you guys didn't necessarily talk about.
Okay.
The fact that he admittedly said he was there that day. He contacted, oh God, who was it?
Dan Doolin?
Yes.
Well, he contacted the tip line, and then the tip line called him back, and then he made an appointment with Dan Doolin at a local grocery store.
Now, how you missed that tip is beyond me.
Yeah, I agree.
Well,
because it's a conspiracy, and they made that part up to frame Richard Allen.
Well, the defense is going to throw anything out there because they have to. What a lot of people
what's your actual explanation, Sleuth? What do you think happened there? Well, why do you have to say something?
Well, hold on.
Before you get on a tangent. Put a pin in it. Put it in the private thing, and then we'll go back over that so she can finish her point.
Yeah, hold on. We'll go back.
Okay. So what I want to say is a lot of people are thrown off. They like to study and watch true crime, but what they don't realize is you're not going to get a 30-minute television special that's going to solve a crime. Okay, the first 48 was one of the biggest mistakes they ever put on TV, because now everybody expects DNA and hard fact evidence. When
Round of applause.
90% of murder cases are based on circumstantial evidence as a part of the investigation and the actual prosecution. So when you go to court and act as a juror, if you ever act as a juror, know that they are going to present circumstantial evidence. That is a very important part of every single case. That said, if you're discussing an investigation, what you want to discuss is how you can rule someone out. And when you get down to the person that you can't rule out. So Richard Allen was on the bridge. They claim they have his gun with ballistics that show
No
that it was
alibi.
not fired but ejected from the weapon. Okay. They have film from the farmer's market or whatever it is
The
out
Hoosier
there.
Harvest Store.
Hoosier Harvest Store. They have him at the old building with his car parked. Witnesses. They have evidence that hasn't been presented. They claim there was DNA originally. We don't know if there's touch DNA or not. We haven't seen the trial yet. Okay, there's a lot of things that are going to come up that hasn't been presented yet. So what I say is wait and see.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of just hanging on to everything that the defense team puts out to the public.
Exactly. Because
that's my point.
You cannot weigh what's going to go down in a courtroom until you actually get there.
Yep, I agree with you.
And I mean, if the OJ trial taught anybody anything, is that, you know, they say if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. Well,
yeah, well, if Richard Allen slips, then you must acquit when they take him out to the crime scene.
Here's the thing.
Who's in the panel with us?
They're claiming this, but I think
Really?
like with OJ Simpson, for example, okay, and I'm just throwing this out there, but with OJ, Glenn Rogers sat on death row in Florida, whose brother admitted that he did the crime. His mother had some of Nicole Brown Simpson's jewelry. The family denies it, but he was hired, just like OJ hired somebody to break into the hotel room in Vegas.
Yeah, I remember that.
Brother claims that he was hired to go out there and steal OJ's jewelry back, and they ended up dead.
His memorabilia.
Exactly, and you've got OJ's footprints out there in blood. Okay, so he probably hired Glenn Rogers, and little did he know Glenn Rogers was a serial killer. So it's not a matter of what you know, it's what you can prove.
Exactly.
And the only way you're going to be able to know what's happening is if you actually have the crime scene, which we don't, or if you're involved in the investigation. It's not a matter of what you know, it's what you can prove.
And it's like ignoring the prosecution when it's not their job to do all this pre-trial and try to convince the public. They're just waiting for trial to give their case.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's the defense's job to try to dispel every bit of evidence.
And it's not our job to hang on every whim of the defense.
Exactly. Because trial hasn't been presented.
Exactly.
So, as discussing these crimes, you need to ask yourself, okay, how can we prove that we're innocent? Richard is innocent. Right now, you can't, because of what's already been presented to the public. So now all you can do is wait and see what happens at trial.
Yeah, because if they can't prove, let's say I was sitting on the jury and they couldn't prove that bullet actually cycled through his gun. If they couldn't prove that to me, I wouldn't call him an innocent man.
Well,
or I would call him an innocent man. I wouldn't call him guilty.
You know, ironically, putting himself at the crime scene and then, you know, calling Dan Doolin, having an interview, focusing on what's going on with this trial. I mean, that's kind of typical of a murder.
Yeah, putting yourself, trying to control the narrative and glean information.
Trying to find out and glean information, exactly.
Yep. That's normal for a lot of killers. That's typical. It's typical for a disorganized killer.
The reason I'm intrigued about this case in particular, my heart goes out to the family, first of all.
Thank you. Me too.
Because the scenarios going through their minds are thousands. But the reason this case intrigues me so much is because there were two victims. And if you look at the actual people involved surrounding that area with the child molesters, it's astounding. There's a lot. For a very, very small town.
Yeah. Well, you want to know the scary thing is if you put a magnifying glass on any town, you're going to find that.
But not a town of 5,000.
Yeah, think about that. The only reason we see it here is because we placed that magnifying glass over the top of Delphi. Place that same magnifying glass over any small town, any city, any neighborhood, you're going to find the same thing.
I disagree with that.
Try it.
I'm just speaking from experience. I disagree with that.
I've tried it. I did it in my own neighborhood, and I was taken back.
Yeah, go to a local coffee shop or a restaurant.
Is compare population.
Yeah,
the population.
Right now we have Delphi under that. We have them under the microscope. If you do it anywhere, I'm just telling you, like, that's how scary this planet is. That's how scary this country is. That's how scary this world is.
You've got 321,000 missing border children as of
Homeland Security exactly. Report. We just happen to have Delphi under the microscope right now. But if you put any neighborhood, any town, you're going to see a whole shitload of disgusting people.
So what you don't know is, I've done background checks on a few of these people. You look at Chadwell, for example. He lived a block away from the Kleins. And then right across the street from the Kleins was the guy that was arrested for child molestation.
Yeah, Chadwell, he got arrested for a beer run right up the street from the Kleins.
Right. Of course.
Right up the street.
So you know what Chadwell did. Okay. Yep. You know what the guy across the street did. And to say that they were not sharing funds or whatever, but so you look at Keegan Klein, for example. He got 40 years for what people typically get 5 to 10.
20. Yeah, 20, and then they get out in 10, 15.
So why did he accept a plea for 40?
Well, he didn't take a plea. That's his problem. That's why he got what he got.
But you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay. They tried to make a deal with him. They took him out there. Next thing you know, Richard Allen's arrested. I'm not assuming anything. It looks suspicious.
Something's up.
I'll agree with you. So you look at the murders. Okay, you look at Ron Logan's property and what he'd been accused of, and you look at the various murders just from that local area. Now we're talking about a rural town of about 5,000 to 10,000 people. That's a lot. What is going on in that area?
What's going on in this world?
Yes, I agree. But I'm saying we're not talking of a town of 50,000. We're talking of a small town. You've got people like, what was his name? I worked on his son's case. He was a trucker that was out there to kill his son, dismembered him, put his body up on the mountain.
You talking about Redwine?
Yeah, Mark Redwine. Dylan Redwine.
Yeah.
The shit eater. You've got people like that. He knew about Delphi before, it ever was really made public.
Yep.
How did he know?
He's interested.
I know he did drops to Indiana Packers. And I know he has a sister that lives out there.
Yep, that's true. But that was also put out by Greeno too. He made a video about how he contacted the sister, and he put all this misinformation out there.
When then you had the other guy, the first guy they suspected, what was his name? Oh God, he had the wife and 2 kids, and he went out.
Oh, from Colorado, Nation.
Yeah, Daniel Nation. I mean, there's so many of them that were surrounding this. And so my thought on that is, was there some kind of link or drop box or something that they were all dipping into because of the whole Anthony Schatz thing?
Maybe.
That still hasn't been brought out in public, so who knows?
The thing is
I
that
don't know if it ever will.
Yeah, there could be people targeting
ongoing.
the girls through Anthony shots, and then there still be a opportunistic killer. You know
Oh,
what I
well,
mean?
it could be either. And
Like
one of
two
the
things
things
can
that
be
I
true at
found,
the same time.
one of the things I found interesting, Superintendent Doug Carter stated to the public that people are going to be shocked when everything comes out.
Yeah, but
of
that's
all
his
the
job, you
investigators.
know. Like I don't. It's hard for me to take anything that he says serious. Just like how he calls everything complex and all of that. Like, well, you know, that's to
Have
be
you
determined.
seen,
Yeah,
have you
he's
seen a
kind of a
more
politician.
complex,
You're right, Dan.
in recent history, have you seen a more complex murder case with so many possible
Rex.
suspects?
Well, no, I think a lot of the possible
Uhrman,
suspects
yeah,
weren't
that's a
ever.
good
I
case.
don't think they were ever possible. I think that's just people they had interest in. I think a
Well,
lot
if
of
you
that
look at,
comes from the internet
if
because
you
they
look
let
at
it
Mark,
go a long time ago.
so
They
if you
just
look
had
at
no
Mark
idea.
Redwine, if you look at Mark Redwine, he was in town and he was staying at his sister's.
Well,
He's
that's
already,
according to who?
according to the facts.
That's not a fact. That was put out by Greeno.
Okay. All right. Well, as far as Red Holder, I was under the impression that he was at work. And
Yep.
the timeline wouldn't have matched up with him. So, yeah, set that one aside. But there are other people who were.
Yeah, and it could be
Right,
people
but
that we don't even know about.
is there any information that links them actually to them? Because this is one of the things I've said with Richard Allen and the people that are like the Vinland. I would be more interested in hearing somebody's theory about a third party that no one's even mentioned over a
Yeah.
lot of the people that have ever been brought up. Like if somebody had a theory of a third party person that they don't even know the identity of, it would probably make more sense to me at this
I
point.
have a theory about someone like that, but I cannot make it public.
Well,
That's
that would
okay.
kind of fall under the whole Richard Allen thing because, you know, he was somebody that had been on the trails and who had gone through extensive measures to make sure that he wasn't on that list to the public. You know, he wasn't somebody that was constantly mentioned. He went through, he was hiding in plain sight. He made sure that nobody had him on his list,
Well, and
on
then
their
you have
list.
somebody,
So,
like JP
oh,
who
yeah,
made the,
that motherfucker's
he's
interesting.
yes, he's very interesting. He was out there.
Another interesting thing is he spent
And you
some
want to talk
time
about
in
range?
he spent some time in a mental hospital. Maybe
Exactly.
he met Richard Allen in a mental hospital. Who knows?
Bingo. You look the pictures out on Facebook.
The thing about JP is that he's been extensively vetted. Hopefully, you know, we made sure that he got turned into police. They did a whole nother lie detector test on him. They interviewed his family. They got his DNA. So if he's involved, they fucking know about it.
And let me just say this about lie detector tests. You know, I also worked for Dr. Phil for 8 years, by the way, but for the show as a commentator. But that said, you know, you can't rely because a sociopath, lie detector test doesn't bother a sociopath.
Well, he was under the influence. They tried to test him the first time, and they told him he had to wait 48 hours. And then once he was off of the drugs, they went and then they did the test on him again. So I mean, they took it very seriously. I'm still in contact with him.
You're right, but the thing is, with a polygraph, you know, unless somebody's under sodium pentothal, you know, someone who's a pathological liar can pass a polygraph.
Yeah, and he told me that. And he also told me
And
that he could set somebody up.
So there you go.
He told me that it would be easy for him to set somebody up for murder.
And I believe that.
I don't know what that means, but
and I believe that. So that said, my point with you gentlemen that were arguing all night is that
well,
you know,
Fiend was arguing.
Yeah, I was picking on Fiend.
We just pick on him.
I love Fiend. He knows
it's great though when
He's
you
a
guys
good guy.
can. It's great though when you guys can put forth the evidence that has been shared with the public and say, hey, how can we disprove this and have a discussion about it? You know, because
that's what it's all about.
Exactly. That's what you want to do with every investigation.
Forget the discussion. Let's put it up on the screen, and then we don't have to talk about it.
On that note, I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence
Me
with
too.
Richard Allen, whether or not he acted alone.
We're so close to seeing
Yeah.
what's actually there. No more speculation. We may
Yeah, we're right
actually get to
there.
see it.
Yeah, we are
Well, there
right
may
there.
still be, you never get all the answers. There may still be some speculation even after they
Oh
reveal
yeah.
it.
And
No
a
more
psychopath
gatekeeping. No more
will
interpretation
never
by
tell
people. We're
everything.
gonna see what's gonna get presented. Hopefully.
Yeah, I
Can't
agree.
wait.
All right, gentlemen. Well, you have a good night. I'm going to go.
Thank you,
you,
True
sir.
Crime Sages. You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. All right, Dan, any final words before we get the hell out of here?
I was gonna ask you, what are you getting into any of this Diddy stuff or anything like that?
I mean,
I
I'm
didn't
waiting
mean to.
patiently. I mean, I'm feeling like it's turning into the whole Epstein thing again. Like I'm waiting for him to start dropping some names and then him like
I'm hearing
offing
Jay-Z might
himself.
be going down too. It's a big hova.
Everybody, man. I
Ooh,
heard
Beyonce,
Obama and
J-Lo.
Michael, all of them.
Ooh.
You know, we'll see. I
I'm
mean, this
excited
could
on
be
that one.
maybe it's bigger than Epstein and we just don't realize it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, maybe Diddy off to
Did you
Epstein.
go back and check out that Audie interview? His
Which
quote
one?
unquote sex slave. I can't remember his first name. Audie, Otti. The guy that said he was Diddy's sex slave and then made
No.
a bunch of this dude
No,
came
I
out with
went.
a bunch of salacious conspiracy stuff in his
Oh, the
interview,
dude that's doing
and
the
it turned
interviews,
out
his bodyguard,
and
right?
it turned out to be a lot of it's true.
Yeah, are you
Or
talking the
alleged.
bodyguard, right? Is that
Was
who
he
we're
a
talking about?
bodyguard? I know this guy got arrested for like shooting up a hotel or something, but he said he was Diddy's sex slave. I'll find it and I'll email it to you 'cause it's
Oh
nuts.
shit. Yeah, I was
The police
watching
thought
the.
he was lying the whole time, and then you can go back and match it up to all the charges that are going.
I was looking at the Justin Bieber stuff, and it kind of broke my heart.
Yeah, I looked.
I mean, that can't be real, right? Like,
buddy, I think it's probably real.
man, that's
A lot of
tough.
it's probably even stuff with Usher and a bunch of them. He was
Oh,
known
yeah.
to be what do they
Like
call it in the
grooming.
industry? Buck breaking people.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get your record deal. You're gonna grab your ankles and spell run. And then if you didn't play along, you end up in a box somewhere.
Or you just don't, you don't get anywhere in your career. And some people are willing to, they say, quote unquote, sell your soul.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what you do.
There's that, and there's the Soto case that's still blowing up, but I don't know what's new and what people are just going back and covering.
Yeah.
I want to see if they link that guy to more stuff. I don't know if they're going.
Yeah, he might be a serial killer.
That's what I keep hearing. I've heard
They'll
that
call him
around
they'll call him the micro P killer.
Oh no, he's like the Golden State guy with the micro P.
Yeah, he's got the micro P. Yeah, they got if you go and download his PCA, they got photos of his micro P.
On the PCA?
Yeah, it's basically a clitoris.
Oh, he's got a poor guy.
Yeah, he's got an
poor
innie.
guy. Yeah, I shouldn't say. Oh, I can't say on air what should happen to that guy.
Well, I would say castrate him, but it already
Hot
happened.
lead facial. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, some hot grease.
Lead facial. Hot lead facial.
Yeah, because I mean, you can't really castrate him. It's already been done.
Yeah.
That might be why he's so mad. Maybe I don't know.
Not
What's
sure
up,
what other ones.
Cindy?
Did we ever get any updates
Jason.
on Evansdale?
No, I mean,
Ruckus in a minute.
well, I talked to one of the victims' fathers from time to time. They got somebody in mind.
Okay. Is that
Yeah,
what
they're
Ruckus
working on
was
it. They're
talking
close.
about?
Yeah, they're close, man.
I hope they get that.
Yeah, they're close.
So people in this community are like, it's so crazy. Everything's like this. Karen Reed, I'm like, no, not. Go look at Evansdale. It's not like this.
Man, not everything. People make it like that, they get all triggered and they get all excited and they let their own opinions get in the way without having proof.
I don't mean to psychoanalyze people, but I do.
I do.
I think a lot of the normies got pushed away by all the crazies.
Do you blame
You
them?
can't go into it. No, you can't go into a chat as a normal person if you have a different opinion. You get
Yeah, not even if you have a good
doxxed,
host.
harassed. Yeah.
Like, even as good as T is and the Criminality channel, her crew still fucking ate me up, dude, and I didn't even do anything.
That's not her crew. That's the you know what crew that is.
Hmm.
You just disagree with them, but it goes that way on the whatever the crew, the troll farm crew too. If you disagree with them, they all burn you, and they all think everyone's working against them. That's just the weird thing. That's why I like your chat. I could come in here and say I disagree, and nobody tries to
Exactly.
get my information and send it out to the entire world.
Yeah. Nobody's trying to fucking set up your kids and shit to try to get taken away.
Yes.
Oh yeah. If they could have done anything to
gutters.
me, trust me, they would have. They used to call my wife and do a bunch of weird stuff. I'm glad that kind of stuff stopped, but they tried, man. They tried to come after me, but it didn't work.
Funny.
You know, we're in
Yeah.
control of our own lives over here. Not everybody can say that.
Another thing with this case is people try to actually involve themselves, which you don't. And I appreciate that, but people try to involve themselves and they want to be part of the story. And it's like, just sit back, comment, and watch. Like,
Yeah, we're
be a
just reporting, man.
Be a participant, not in it.
Yeah.
Be a participant in the community, not part of the investigation and court proceedings. It's never going to end up well.
Yeah, I agree with that, dude. And that is what happens with a lot of folks. They feel like they're actually like onto something, you know, like they're gonna make breaking news tomorrow. Just wait.
Yep. I've been trying to stay away from the fray. I didn't know Fiend was gonna come on. I always have a good time with him.
He's a good guy. I think he has a good heart, and that's what's important. That's all that
Fun to
matters
talk
to me.
too. Yep.
Yeah, he doesn't have any ill will.
No.
He's a little triggered, but I can handle that.
Yeah.
He's got a good heart, and that's what matters.
Yeah, shout out to Cassie. What's not true?
That's not true, Dan.
I'm not sure. Shout out to Cassie Clendenning. I just talked to her yesterday.
Who is she? I don't know who that is.
Cassie Clendenning?
She says I'm a troll from, and I don't go after anyone.
No, yeah, but you're
Troll farm, she said.
I'm saying the people that follow the chats are. I know you don't go around doing it, but watch the chat sometime. You get blocked if you go to somewhere and they don't like you. It's just drama. But people like it. Oh, that was loud. Sorry about that.
The hell was that? You on
Here,
hooking the
glad
trailer?
hands. Yeah. I didn't realize I didn't pull that switch.
Oh, Kathy. Okay, I know who Kathy Clendenning is. Okay, now I know who she is.
Did.
All right, now I know who she is. I've spoken with her a few times. Well, one time actually. I think on your chat with Galen that one time.
Yep, she facilitated that.
Yeah, that
talking
was a
about
good
that
chat.
yesterday.
Yeah, shoot me an email about that.
Sweetie. She's great.
All right, Dan, I think we're going to shut her down, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, man. It's always a good time.
All right. You enjoy the rest of your night.
Yep, you too. And chat,
right,
don't
take
forget
care.
to hit the like, share, and subscribe, guys. Sleuth's nice enough to put these on and have all of us scallywags in here to entertain you. Hopefully you had a good time.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And we're going to close it down. There's not going to be any buffer. So you guys have a great night. And Dan, shout out to you. Thank you again. And everybody in the chat.
Always.
God bless you guys. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.